welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
OTAs and let's go Rangers. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, so we'll just start off with this. Prayers to the Uvalde, Texas, and the Texas community, man. This is tough, dude. These are children we're talking about. Not that any violence is good violence, but this is just heartbreaking, man. So thoughts with Texas, man. This is just a wild and unfortunate world right now.
Can't even imagine what those families are going through. Kids 7, 8, and 9 is just unreal.
It's just like, it's sometimes like sports a lot of times is a great escape from realities like this, but some of this stuff, man, you can't even just it just breaks your heart, man. Like you don't even want to like sports don't matter. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like there's so many things that are so much more important than OTAs right now.
I was thinking exactly the same thing before. This is always an escape for us, but at the same time, it's like, how do you find the energy to like talk about this stuff like it's any way meaningful at all with some of the shit that's going on in the world? It's crazy.
And that's exactly what it was. Like, you're scrolling, like, I was working and stuff, and I get home, like, all right, let me catch up on all the news of the day. And you see this, you're like, dude, it's like, how do you, like, I don't care about Zach Wilson putting on weight. I don't care about none of this shit, man. Like, this is just, like, these are children, dude. I think the last one I saw was 18 children.
Well, yeah, it was a school that was grades 2, 3, and 4. So the kids are all 7 through 9. I mean, it's
man. So
insane.
Thoughts with the people in Texas, man. And this is rough, man. So if we can be a little bit of escape entertainment to get away from it all, it's cool. Good to see everybody. Obviously, the Rangers are playing tonight. Yankees and Mets both playing really good baseball. The New Jersey Generals are in first place, and they're talking shit about it too.
2-game lead too.
Yeah, they're getting
Mets building up a 9-game lead. Rangers won a playoff series. That's my first playoff win in 5 years. Knicks were out in the first round. Mets haven't been anywhere close.
The Jersey Generals are talking some. I mean, they're getting a little social media savvy now over there. So
I like it.
What's going on, everybody? This is obviously a very Jose, we're with you, man. It is a tough time. This world is such a wild and wacky place, man. That's not necessarily a good thing. So good to see all you guys joining us. Obviously, it is a very, very quiet time of the year in terms of football news. Not a lot going on. You have OTAs, which is guys practicing in T-shirt and shorts. We're overreacting to that, which is kind of just,
Every incompletion, you got to trade Wilson. Every completion, he's the next Hall of Famer.
This isn't balls. You're right, man. We may have to go to Canton on the 4th of July weekend to go watch the Generals play a championship game.
That's true.
And
it's not a far drive.
And this is my bad too, because I thought I couldn't watch the Generals game, and they were actually on Fox. So I thought I didn't even see that.
No, it's not even your bad. That's my bad, because the Mets and the Rangers were playing at the same time, and I was going to stream, and I didn't. So that's my bad. I
thought that we couldn't watch. Like they had like games on Peacocks. I couldn't watch it, and I was like, oh man, So I completely blew that one too. So we got a first place Generals team. We can't leave them in the wind here. We got to keep supporting them. You know what I mean? So
we got to do more Ranger streams. We got more Ranger fans in the chat than we do General fans, I think.
What's up, Timothy? How you doing, man? What's up, Mike? Thank you for reaching out. First game will be at the home opener. I'm telling you right now, the home opener is going to be wild. It is going to be, it's going to be. And you know what's funny is that it's good to see Jet fans excited again, because now there's podcasts popping up everywhere. Everybody's gotten their own tailgates now. All the T-shirts we used to get made fun of, now everybody's making T-shirts again. Like, it's good to see all the fans come back doing their thing again.
No, I like everybody branching out, having their own thing. Everybody's been building it up for a while. They've been supporting this team with shows and articles and podcasts through so many losing years. They deserve to be able to have a little excitement and a little fun with it.
Yeah, but now it's just off the wall, man. Like, everybody's like got tailgates, and tailgates competing with tailgates. But I do want to give a shout out to Steve with the Sack Exchange and the Jets Lounge Twitter Spaces. They're very supportive of us, and definitely appreciate it, man. They got a really cool thing going on. If you haven't seen it, he's got the Jets Hangar too, which is a really cool thing for game experience. So check that out. Everybody's got tailgates, but definitely keep in touch with us. The home opener is going to be wild. And I guarantee you, and we have a couple of beer pong challenges at the home opener. Joe Blewett with the Jets X Factor has challenged me. I'm challenging Jets Talk 24/7. People are coming after you. They're like, what's primetime skills like? I'm like, dude, we're going at it.
So why don't we set up a bracket? We draw names. We set up an 18 bracket. all the top YouTube channels. We battle it out.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the home opener. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, it is going to be complete wild. A lot of cool people are going. So I'm not cool people, but like cool, like
fans better show up for this game. We better show up for this game because there's too many home openers I've gotten excited about, and then we walk out of there heads down with the opposing fans taunting us. I'm sick of that shit. Those days better be done.
CJ Moses at the Rangers game. I know Zach Wilson's been going to games. Definitely a tailgate. I guarantee you, the home opener will be an epic tailgate. So if you're a non-drinker, that's fine. Do whatever we can accommodate you as well. But I assure you, if you do partake in alcoholic beverages, make sure you have a driver, and it's gonna be a good time. I guarantee it. So Rangers suck. Yeah, I'm glad they're down 2-1. I'm going completely against them.
Did you see that hit 5 minutes ago by Truba?
I don't even watch them.
Laid out Domi.
Met Elijah Moore on Saturday. I saw he had the appearance. Jim Ruckert had an appearance out in Long Island. And it's cool, man. You saw I think Sauce Gardner's doing an autograph signing in June 11th. It's expensive, but he's doing a signing. So it's cool to see all the guys getting out there.
I'll wait for training camp.
Mike, you're going to see this, man. There's going to be a one, man. What's up? I'll be on his show, Buffalo Jeff, and I'll be on his show Thursday night. Check that out. I appreciate him reaching out. Looking forward to that. There's a lot of really cool channels out there, man. I never realized how many people are doing shit. It's wild.
You're a celebrity now, man.
Yeah. I'm tired is what I am, man. This shit's just oof. So I guess what we could do is we could start out with the OTA news. And like I said, there's not really a lot to talk about because it's like I was joking around today with somebody. I'm like, listen, if anything good comes out of this, like any positive news, embrace it. It's all great news. Any negative news, it's just May, right? That's how it kind of works.
We just want things to be quiet, right? Any type of big story is usually something bad, somebody getting hurt or, some kind of issue. So as long as things are quiet right now, everybody's there, which I think there's only 4 players that didn't show up. Becton, who just had a kid a couple days ago. So obviously we expect that. Lawson, he's still working out. So good turnout. I know Sal's happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the 2 things I focus from May to like August is don't get hurt and don't get in trouble. That's pretty much it, dude. I mean, if anything, mandatory minicamp, you want to make sure everybody's there. And and the whole thing with Becton, dude, it's like he just had a baby. Like, I know people are trying to well, in my day, I would do this. It's different, dude. It's a different NFL now.
That is also why, we never had this conversation, but going back to the voluntary workouts, that's why I felt like at least one day you should have checked in, stop by. You don't have to stay for the whole thing, but show up for one day. The whole argument that, this isn't important because it's just voluntary. Well, then why do you have veterans that are vested, 5, 6, 7 years that are showing up? Part of building culture is being there for all these things. So again, he's having a baby. I think this is obviously, you excuse it, be with your family. It's a great moment. Enjoy it, cherish it. And obviously he's working out. He's still doing all the stuff with Duke Manyweather. Just make sure he's ready to go for training camp. And if he is, nobody's going to care about this. Nobody's going to care that he's not there right now.
To me, it starts a mandatory minicamp, which is in the middle of the month in June. That's when he reports, and that's when you start to see, okay, what kind of shape is he in? Is he in NFL shape, and is he ready to play in training camp? That's, I don't give a shit about anything till then. If he comes to training camp and then he's unable to practice, then a red flag comes up. If he comes to mandatory minicamp, unable to practice, all right, there's a red flag. What are we doing? This has been over a year now. We got to figure out where we're going out with this. It's not over a year, but this 6 to 8 weeks is now becoming we're a following off season going into the next season. And it's a problem. So other than that, I don't care about him. The news about Mims, I know people are talking about, he looks like he's in phenomenal shape. Listen, and, he can be in the best shape of his life. I think he has his back against the wall prime time because he doesn't play special teams. So you've really got to show up and show out. He did
last year at training camp. At least they were trying to force him into that
right,
role.
But if he's got to be a legitimate contributor on special teams now because he's probably 5 on a depth list. You got Wilson, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Berrios. That's 4.
And they still could sign a veteran, and he still had Jeff Smith who jumped him last year, and Tariq Black. So.
Yep. So he's got to figure it out on special teams. He's got to really just go above and beyond, And then other than that, everybody else, it's just you look at Carl Lawson. I'm not rushing him back. You know what he is. There's no you know what I mean. Bring him in slowly. He's healthy.
Just going back to Mims first, I wonder how much of that just last year was mental with him. Once he got off to the slow start in training camp, he wasn't getting those first team reps. Then it was almost like he was kind of playing catch up right from the beginning, and he just never really seemed to gain any confidence when he did have those few reps.
That's
just
not
his head was spinning. No, listen, I get it. Sally even talked about, right, in year 2, sometimes guys take their foot off the gas a little bit. So maybe that happened to him. Show up in great shape this training camp. At the very least, worst case scenario, he ups his trade value, right?
Absolutely. But I'm not getting. I mean, I just think he has to just come in and just ball out. Like, know the offense, crisp route running, in phenomenal shape.
A lot less
Be on
pressure on him this year too, though.
be on time for everything, meetings, practice. Don't be like, just do. Make it where you're like irreplaceable. Like, we need this guy in the field because he's always like, he just wants it so bad. We can't push him away. Don't be pushed away. You know what I mean? Like, make it like this is what you really want.
If he knows the playbook inside and out with his size and speed, that would be an impossible cut, I would think. Yep. If he's mentally there and he knows the offense, I find it very hard to believe that LaFleur couldn't find a way to, get 10 to 15 snaps a game for him.
Yeah, I just think he's got a lot to prove on and off the field for the Jets, and he's got a chance to do it. They didn't trade him; he's there, and I think if he doesn't show what he has to, he'll be cut. He won't make the opening day roster. That's kind of where I think with him. But other than that, overall, I was going to do a video on this, but I got home late. It's just, if you take away anything from OTAs comparing this year to last year, it's the influx of talent brings so much more competition to the field, which is making everybody better. Mm-hmm. Like, if you look at how I guess poor isn't the right word, mediocre this roster has been. So when you're doing well against your other side of the football, like just say, for example, not shitting on anybody, but like, if you look at the secondary we were facing last year as an offense, when you have all these young guys trying to figure it out, Bryce Hall, Michael Carter, Brandon Echols. So Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, these guys are doing good things, but are they really getting pressed and tested every day in practice? Now you have Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. It changes now. Yep. Now you're going to get better. Furthermore, you know who else can get better? Zach Wilson, because now the coverage is tighter. Things are different now. Add in the pass rush, all these pass rushers, more speed on defense. Like, everything trickles down to everybody having to be better day in and day out in practice. And I think that makes a big difference, dude.
I think back to all the iron sharpens iron stuff with Becton and Lawson last year, but how many other positions did we really get to say that about?
Yep.
How many other matchups were must see? Right? You wanted to watch Becton and Lawson because like those were two legitimate guys that were going at it. But I mean, where else did you really have that?
Yeah.
So I think this year, go ahead.
No, but it gets better just to build on what you're saying. But guess what? When Lawson went down, that went away. Mm-hmm. This year, guess what? It doesn't go away because now you have Jermaine Johnson. You have, what's the guy from the Texans? Jacob Austin? What was his name?
Jacob Martin.
Him. You got what? You got the Clemens.
You got Clemens.
You got Vinny Curry coming in now.
Myers, who's probably going to be off the edge on first and second down. Yeah. Yeah.
So you have like Carl Lawson went down. Like, all right, there goes our pass rush. But now you have other guys. You have all this influx of speed, influx of talent. And then on the offensive side of the ball, the addition of Tomlinson. Now you're moving Vera Tucker to the other side. So now we're positions that were kind of like you weren't too sure about. Now it's like it's a more stout thing. It's a lot more competition that makes it better, dude. Especially
on offense. I mean, for how many years, if we lost one receiver, we were done. I mean, we didn't have any other options to really get the ball to. So now, like, you can afford to lose a Corey Davis for a couple of weeks. You can lose an Elijah Moore for a couple of weeks, and you still got Garrett Wilson. You got Berrios, who knows the offense, who's comfortable with Wilson. They had some nice chemistry last year. They've been working a lot together this offseason. Even the tight end room, you signed two legitimate free agent tight ends, and you drafted Rucker, who might be able to play as a rookie. So if one of them goes down, you still got two options. Same thing coming out of the backfield. We were comfortable with Michael Carter as our starting running back this year, and now we drafted another first round talent who's probably more talented than he is, who might be getting more reps than him. So we can afford to have guys go down for a couple of weeks, and we shouldn't have to worry about the offense not being able to put together drives at all.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like, you look at, and you nailed it, dude. It's like you look at what our defense was trying to defend in practice. We had no tight end threats. Yeah. You had Michael Carter, but now it's like they have to work. Like, our defense is going to work a lot fucking harder in practice now because now they're covering Conklin, now they're covering Uzuma, now they're covering Rucker, now they're covering Breece Hall out of the backfield. Like, we're like in other good teams when they have to compete, like the Chiefs, for example. I'm not saying we're the Chiefs, but when you're going against a high flying offense week in and week out, you've got to get better on defense because you had no choice. Now the Jets defense will be held a lot more accountable because in years past, we sucked against running backs and tight ends, but we never had anybody in practice to test our defense because we weren't any good there. Now we can actually do that.
And not just that, they're not facing a rookie quarterback anymore. And yep. I think that's probably the biggest thing. You can throw almost anything at a rookie quarterback, and a lot of it's going to be things that he hasn't seen or that he's seeing for the first time. Now, a lot of things like he should be able to process a little bit faster. He should recognize things a little bit quicker. Things should start to come together a little bit faster now in year two.
Yeah, I think the whole Jets operation right now should be a lot smoother, a lot more just efficient. And I think you're going to see, I just think it's going to be a better football team. Now, how that translates to the wins and losses, we'll see. First thing is getting the training camp healthy and then go from there. Obviously, stay out of trouble, but there's a lot of really good things, man. And it's so weird because I was getting like, some of the articles coming out now, the whole Brady Quinn shit and everybody else shitting on the Jets, and the Jets can go 0-9. And the one guy, I was talking to the guy in the gym the other day ago. He's like, dude, he goes, you guys should be fortunate. Listen, fortunate, lucky, happy to get 5 wins. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, if the New York Jets get 5 wins this year, I'm going to be out of my absolute mind. I will be livid because the team's better than this. I understand the schedule. I understand all these different things. At some point, you got to say this team has talent. The talent you have to maximize it, and you have to coach them up, and you got to find ways to win football games. 5 wins this year is a disappointment. And I don't care what anybody tells me. Seriously, that's the way I look at it. I don't know. I couldn't even tolerate that.
No, you mentioned it a few weeks ago. All the excuses that, we gave them last year as far as rookie quarterback, learning a new offense, first-year head coach, like all those are out the window now. And even for Joe Douglas, this is, his 3rd offseason. He's had time to put his footprint on this roster. Yep. These are pretty much all his guys now. So, obviously you expect maybe, a little bit of time to grow those first few weeks. You got a tough schedule, the AFC North. I get it. Those are some legitimate defenses. It might take a little bit of time to gel early on. But certainly by the end of the year, there's no excuse that we shouldn't be looking towards next year as the Jets being a legitimate playoff contender.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, it's like with a lot of these, analysts or whatever else, it's just they never give the Jets the benefit of the doubt. And I'm used to it. You're used to it. We're always the laughing stock. We're always the brunt of every joke and all this other shit. And I understand that. But at some point, you have to actually open up your eyes and look and be like, you know what? This team has talent. And they do. It's legitimate. And if you look at it, like we've done it for 2 months now, position group by position group, they've gotten better. And it's not better by a little bit, by a lot, with legitimate talent. Now, if you coach them up, they're going to be decent. If the quarterback plays well, not great, not excellent, the quarterback just plays well, this is a dangerous team, meaning that they can compete with anybody and win 6, 7, 8 games. And that should be a reasonable expectation. This isn't some Jets homer fan, like, with the Adam Gase year and we sold ourselves some bullshit and we bought it. Like, this is being an honest fan by honestly assessing what we have. And the analysts that are saying this shit are falling onto the same old Jets will find ways to lose. The same old Jets aren't well coached and not well run. The quarterback's going to suck and all that. I honestly think it's different, dude. And I think as fans, we have the right to believe in 7 wins or more. Anything less than that is disappointing. I think that's quite fair.
And I do think some are starting to give us a little credit. I think Chris Collinsworth, I think he came out this week and said the Jets could be like the Bengals of last year. I know after the draft we were getting tons of praise from local beat writers and national. So, I think it's reasonable for people to look at the schedule and say, can the Jets get it together that quickly with that first half of the schedule? I think that's a fair assessment. Personally, again, we've talked about it as fans, we're not looking at that and saying, all right, the Ravens, they can't be beat. No, we've got talent on this roster. Like you just said, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to at least be competitive with these teams. I think if you're looking to take the next step, yes, that involves Zach Wilson becoming a legitimate franchise quarterback. If you're talking about just winning 6, 7 games, yeah, he can be an average quarterback, and there's enough talent where you should still be competitive and find a way to win 6, 7 games somewhere in that range.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like they'll give right now in the world of the NFL and most analysts, they give everybody the benefit of the doubt but the Jets every time. It's like, oh, well, Mac Jones is going to do all this. And I know Mac Jones played well last year, but all of a sudden now Trevor Lawrence is going to do all these great things. Okay, based on what you saw last year? Really? That's fascinating. So you think he's going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback this year based on what you saw last year from Trevor Lawrence? Fascinating to me because, it's just weird how there's that negative connotation stuck on this team. And I understand in years past we always fluff up our team to beat, but I think honestly, the excitement in the fan base is warranted. I really think it is.
But that also, and you look at everything that Trevor Lawrence went through with Urban Meyer and head coaches learning a new offense now. I mean, we're actually bringing continuity around Zach Wilson. We're bringing the same offense back with more talent, something that we haven't done in years past. So I think the Jets have done a phenomenal job of surrounding him with talent and putting him in a position to succeed.
And I think the other the excellent point you just made there too is the other thing is Mike LaFleur year 2. If you look at Mike LaFleur, again, as an outsider looking in, look at what he did, especially at the end of the season when everybody was hurt. No Elijah Moore, no Corey Davis, half their offensive line. Adoga was playing, McDermott was playing.
3 different quarterbacks throughout the year.
We had no tight ends. We were down to Manny Moe and Jack playing tight end. We had nothing out there. You were featuring Berrios. No disrespect to Berrios, and still finding ways to put up points and go toe-to-toe with the Buccaneers. Yeah. People don't look at, we're so invested, we see it. And you could tell people that don't know what they're talking about. You can call them out on their bullshit. Well, the Jets can't do this, 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 and this. Well, tell me why. Because I'll explain to you why they can. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, and it's like that's why like I started to make a video about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna like. And I like Brady Quinn. I was a Brady Quinn guy when he was at Notre Dame. And I'm
So
like,
that's what he wants. He wants you to make a video. He wants you to have
that's
that reaction. I
that's
don't react to that shit anymore.
that's the
Half the stuff
go-to.
that these guys are saying, if you haven't heard of them before, if you're not reading
Yep.
Brady Quinn articles every day, and all of a sudden his name pops up because he's talking shit about the Jets, it's exactly what he's looking for. He's looking for the reaction.
So to Daniel, anyone heading to Green Bay Week 6, already got my plane tickets, hotel and game tickets. Jets
Nice. Let us know where you're at.
Definitely going, man.
You should get on that early.
1,000% going to the game. I know a lot of Jet fans are going. People are trying to arrange tailgates and Saturday night parties and all kinds of stuff. So 1,000% going to that. Absolutely. So let's see. Comment about Breece Hall is going to add so much to this offense with Michael Carter also in the backfield. I mean, and that's the thing. And Trav, that's the whole difference with this team. It's like you have dynamic playmakers in the backfield and not only good running backs, they're pass catchers out of the backfield. You combine that with tight ends that we haven't had in a decade. Plus, and then let's just throw in Garrett Wilson while we're at it. I'm like, dude, how could you shun the Jets right now? I don't understand
it.
it.
Two tight ends, you could go two backs. You've got two legitimate, dangerous weapons.
Why?
Factor in all the motion with this offense, a legitimate offensive line. If everyone's healthy, you should be rolling, man. No excuses.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just that's why like I start to react to some of these things, and I'm just like, no, like you just don't know what you're talking about, and you're exposing yourself. It's just, and if the Jets are, for some people, the Jets are one of the team that can be a sleeper team that's going to surprise everybody. And then there's the opposite fans. There's opposite group saying, you know what, they're going to suck. They're completely overrated. You're blowing it out of proportion, but whatever, we'll see.
It'll take some time, I think.
Yeah,
we're not far away.
I have a buddy who gets 35% off Jets tickets. There you go, man.
Ooh.
Share those prices, man. That'd be awesome.
What's that code?
Have you guys been to Pittsburgh before?
You have, right?
I've been there twice, and I went to the championship game when they lost. When championship game was brutal, the fans were jerks. I went to the time before that; the fans weren't very pleasant either. But I've heard other fans that had a good time. I had an absolutely miserable time there, and I'll even share the story. The championship game, they were throwing snowballs at us. They were pushing us. I went to the state trooper and told the state trooper they were having a problem. We were probably 20 rows from the field where the Jets came in and out of the end zone, and the state trooper said, "What do you expect? You're an opposing fan." Didn't really care. So the Steelers won the game, obviously. So you figure you want to watch the trophy ceremony, all that stuff. They were still throwing stuff at us and harassing us outside the stadium. I'm like, why aren't you inside watching the presentation? Like, do you have nothing else better to do?
When was class?
Yeah, so I didn't have it. Maybe people had better experiences in Pittsburgh. I've been there twice, and it was terrible. Probably one of the worst experiences I've had. I actually wrote them letters, too, to complain. So, Seattle on New Year's. Primetime is trying to convince me.
If it's a meaningful game, I think we got to go.
Yeah,
if we have a chance to clinch the playoffs against Jamal Adams, you're not going to that?
I mean, I'll be in for that. Yeah, I mean, it's after me. I'm telling you, dude. And the thing is, usually like Jet fans travel in groups, but that was a championship game. We didn't drink before it. We were just like, I want to enjoy the entire moment because, like, listen, they clinched that and go to Super Bowl. I want to have the best pictures. I want to see the players. Like before the game, we talked to Tomlinson, Sean Ellis. Like it was a cool experience.
Oh, cool.
And these fans were just, I'm like, how could you be this angry at Jet fans? Like we've never like not like we're like an AFC North like a rival.
Like the Patriots right now.
Yeah, it was terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, Philly's bad too. Philly's even worse. They're just
I don't think it gets worse than Philly.
Let's see what we got here. Hey Tyson, not Jets related, but I'm in Jersey in a couple weeks. Nick Catone MMA, Nicholas Catone MMA in Brick, New Jersey, man. And if you come in, just mention my name, dude. You can get like a week trial or something like that. And I'm there probably 4 or 5 days a week. So come on in, man. That'd be awesome. Just, do me a favor. If you come in, email us, talkjetsradio@gmail.com. More than welcome to it. Primetime, Friday, DJs. What are you doing?
Ooh, what's going on Friday?
WFAN there's all day.
I'm supposed to be working.
What is this work stuff, man?
Got 3 weeks left.
They're there from 6 to 6 on Friday, or 5 to 6, 5 in the morning to 6 at night.
I'll see what I can do. I'm supposed to have my last game also on Friday afternoon, but
you ain't going. You're out.
It's looking like rain though.
Yeah, it looks like rain all weekend, man.
Would that still be on if there's rain?
Yeah, it's indoors. It's indoors and DJs. It's just Miami, January 8th. If it's winning in, we're going. We're all going, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
You got to tell me twice.
The Lambeau's a weird town, man. We're gonna figure it all out though. We had a really good time, but we had like a local guy, like our tour guide. He felt bad for us. We went to some really bad bars, and he became our tour guide, which was cool. It's fun, it was fun though. But whoever's going to Lambeau, if you're gonna book, make sure you take the stadium tour and go through the Packers Hall of Fame. It's pretty cool. The next general stream is when's our next game?
Probably next Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, their schedule's weird, man. We got to watch it though, so we can bring some callers on.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to talk about? Like I said, there's not really a lot to cover right now. We're not going to bore you with like overreactions and bullshit. I mean, Zach Wilson put on weight. That's the big story. Now everybody's like, "Oh, he's so thick" and whatever else. And I don't really, I don't care about that. We're doing the man cave stuff too now because now it's like we got more free time. So I got to get Chris. And there's actually a guy that lives like 15 minutes from me too, so that's gonna be cool.
Titanic.
The Titanic stream. I think Christy mentions that every freaking stream. Absolutely. Who's your favorite Jets defensive player in history aside from Revis? Aaron Glenn is mine. Victor Green and Aaron Glenn.
That's a tough one. I want to say Abraham, but he was only here for a couple of years. Nobody else was like really dominant during my time watching.
Yeah, I was an enormous Aaron Glenn fan. It's like him and Victor Green. I had their jerseys, I had them signed, all kinds of shit.
I might have to go David Harris, actually.
Forgetting Sarah
yeah, we got to do that one too. We got to do that one.
Klecko's another one. Antonio Camardi, another good one. The next Generals game is Saturday at 12 against. I'm not gonna do that. Saturday at 12. That's a brutal time, bro. It's a holiday weekend. What are they doing?
I don't know if I can do Saturday.
If you guys want to do it, I'll do it. I mean, I can't guarantee I'll stay sober for the whole thing. What's that?
I'll find a way if you want to do it.
If you want to, I mean, that'd just be a good way to start I'll do it. I'm in. What the hell? That's a terrible time, man. If anybody's going to concerts too, let us know because there's a lot of good concerts coming up too. Enough beers for that game. Ronnie Lott was.
I got my new Truly poolsides.
What the hell are those?
I don't know. It's poolside Truly. They're like hard seltzers, but they're kind of like sweeter than the usual seltzers. They're good.
What are the flavors?
This one's strawberry melon.
I've been hammering lemonades like crazy, man.
That
Casamigos tequila. Me and Casamigos tequila has been doing a lot of damage lately. And
Casamigos took me down last summer. I haven't had it again.
Man, this is just Limp Bizkit concert, man. That was a rough one. It was woof. Generals game was I wish it was on that's a weird Saturday at noon on a holiday weekend is a weird one, man. That's definitely strange. I'm trying to think what else. If the Rangers, we should do. When did the what's up, Johnny? Johnny, you going to DJs on Friday? The BFN's going to be there. Let me know. Prime time. Are you shotgunning at the home opener?
Sure, why not? I'll do it.
The NFL might eliminate the Pro Bowl game. They should. They should just do like a competition, man. They should do like a throwing competition, like shit like that. Like don't risk injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah, bring back the football targets with the quarterbacks with the chalk where they have to hit all the bullseyes and everything. That's a lot more fun.
What's up, Chris? Yeah, we definitely got to stream a Subway Series game, especially if both teams playing well.
Oh yeah,
that'd be a good time.
That's on fire right now.
Yeah, you in prime time shotgunning for every completed pass. I can't wait for the home opener. I can't wait for training camp at this point, to be honest with you. Like, just let's get through this next month and a half of stuff.
Yep.
If anybody's going to see Shinedown September 10th, the day before the Jets game, the home opener, I'm down for that.
You're not going to make it to the opener, then.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't go to. I don't sleep anybody a day before a game, dude. I'm just gonna party right through, man. Just not even stop. Just from PNC right to MetLife.
Monday or no?
No, I'll take off that day. There's no way.
So
can we get a legend only stream? He probably charge for that. He's pretty he's expensive talent.
Can't imagine what that would be like.
No.
People hop in.
Will we be a top 15 to 20 team in terms of defense?
They should be.
I'd say top 20.
Sal's a defensive minded coach. They should be in the top 20.
Top 20, top 15. I mean, what do you think they're gonna be better against, the pass or the run?
Probably the run. Secondary is much improved, though. I'm just thinking with C.J. Mosley, you still trust your D-line for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting, man.
Pass rush should be improved. I mean, I don't know. What do you get out of Sauce Gardner's rookie year? Are you putting him on number ones? Putting him on number twos?
That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, they could be solid against both in theory.
Yeah.
You know, it's much improved secondary.
Safety now, Whitehead.
I think your weakness is your depth at linebacker and safety. You know, with only Mosley, and then if Whitehead gets banged up, what do you have? You can only have Joyner, all these young guys. Can we get a Chad Johnson interview? Want to touch Ocho Cinco? We can reach out to him. Why not? How do you guys think Salah performed this year? He's got a lot to prove too, man. I think Primetime just mentioned it. On defense, they've got to be a lot better. They've got to be better. And then I think he's got a little bit of a challenge too. Is do you have expectations now? Increased expectations, Primetime. Like you got to get off to a fast start. Things we saw last year, we can't see this year.
Biggest thing I want to see, aside from just the personality continuing to come out, which it did in the second half, was just like a hard-nosed training camp. I feel like that's what this team needs. Last year, like we were there for at least like 6 or 7 of them, and it was nothing close. And I'm not expecting it to be, the back in the Hofstra days with the 2-a-days and all that, full pads, full hitting and all that. But, you got to get these guys ready for week 1. And so you can't have these, 2-hour practices where guys are barely touching each other for almost any of it. So yeah. I'm hoping to see a little bit more intensity, a little bit more hitting, guys in shape, ready to go for week 1.
Yeah, some of the practices we went to, we were like, wow, man, this is just so different than we're used to. Yeah. Then you watch the physicality on defense, and it wasn't really there. And a lot of times that translates. What you practice is how you play, and you kind of saw that. Mm-hmm. That's it. Definitely gonna be interesting there. Silent's got a lot to prove, dude. Like, 'cause you have a lot of there's a lot of excitement around this team. So Zach Wilson's got to play much better. Defense got to be better. But you also have some big personalities now too. You got Sauce Gardner coming with a big personality to him. So it's interesting to see how he handles all this.
Wants to get him paid, so they should be on his side.
Did you promise a Sauce interview Primetime?
Did I?
I don't know.
I mean, I can try to get this one.
Salah last year was Prince Valiant most of the year. I think, to be fair though, I think he started to find himself. I think he was overwhelmed early on, just like the rest of the team, and he started to get his personality, started to get his identity. He started to realize he cannot be friends with the media and be cute and clever and everything else. You got to be yourself, man, and you got to be yourself with the players as well. Hold guys accountable. So I think he did that. This is an excellent point, Mike. Solomon Thomas did a really good thing on mental health, man, and that is a player that's a really good point. I do want to reach out to him because I know how to get a hold of him actually too. I forgot to do that. That's a really good point. And thank you to everybody that watched the one that I did with Jason too. We appreciate the feedback on that too. It was like an hour. So here's one for you, Primetime. If we somehow go to Super Bowl, will there be a stream or will we all go to the game?
I'm going.
We won't be streaming that.
I'll turn on the stream though too.
We won't be streaming that.
I'll be there, but I'll turn on the stream. I'm not going to leave everybody hanging. They're watching games with us all year. We got to stream.
We stream from the stadium.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see here. Did you guys see Rucker did a meet and greet? Yeah, did you see the lines for him too, which is awesome, man. That's completely cool. So, I mean, it's cool to see the excitement around the team, man. The fans, I saw the line for Elijah Moore is really long. That's great, man. I wish the Jets do more of those events, more just fan-oriented events where, I'm curious to see how they handle training camp this year. How many practices are available? What's the ability to interact with the players? Will there be any more autograph signings? It'll be kind of interesting, right?
Open to the public.
Yeah. How many was last year? 5? Well, I think last year.
Well, I think it was 6, but didn't a few of them end up getting rained out?
Yeah.
1 or 2 of them got canceled for some shit, and then I think they had an extra 1 or 2 that were some kind of exclusive VIP thing or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll see how the Jets handle that. Will the lack of linebacker and safety depth prevent us from being in the top 10, top 15? It is a concern, man. That is a legitimate concern. If you're one injury to C.J. Mosley away from having a problem in the middle of your defense, unless you feel comfortable with Quincy Williams or Sherwood stepping in. I mean,
you're not going to be able to replace a guy like C.J. Mosley anyway.
I mean,
I'm more concerned, I think, with who our coverage linebackers are going to be, whether or not Sherwood, Nashville Dean, Harris, one of those guys ends up filling a void. But the safety depth, I think we have a lot of bodies back there. I mean, you got Will Parks. You got, Ashton Davis coming back. I don't know if anybody's dependent on him, but you got LaMarcus Joyner.
I'm not.
Didn't they sign somebody else too? I think there's one more I'm forgetting. Pinnock also.
Yep.
So you got some depth at safety in addition to Whitehead. So
well, they signed that. Was that
they
got the guy from the 49ers too? The guy that was like a safety linebacker guy.
Yeah, that's Harris. I think Marcel Harris. I think.
Yep. So they got players. I think it's gonna be interesting to see. I think that's just if there are moves to be made. I think you look at backup tackle, like offensive lineman, get depth there, depth at linebacker, depth at safety. That's probably the first. I think if you're going to tinker at certain places, that'd probably be the ones I'd look at. I mean, what do you think?
I would tend to agree with the backup tackle. I mean, you still have Adoga right now on the roster. You have Max Mitchell, who's probably the token ineligible. I mean, he'll be on the roster as a 4th-round pick, but I don't think he's going to be active. I don't think he's going to be ready to play as a rookie. You signed Nate Herbig from the Eagles. I mean, he started, but he's more of a guard. You got Feeney, who's more of a guard. So, yeah, I think they could probably use another tackle, unless you think McDermott or Adoga is serviceable. I don't. Adoga was all right last year when he filled in. I mean, I don't know if they're going another year with that.
When was the last time the Jets team was this charismatic?
2015.
Probably.
It's Magic, Marshall, Revis, Cromartie.
Now that the chat showed that we can behave, are you going to bring on the Jets YouTube creators during live streams? I mean, when they bring me on their shows, their streams are on, so we could probably try it. You guys did behave for Kevin. Don't know if you guys already covered this. Are you going to be at the home opener? Dude, come out. It is the best game of the year, man. It is the excitement. The fans are into it. Sold out. Chaos. Great tailgates. Highly recommend it. Rex Ryan was charismatic. Here's one for you, primetime. D Ford expected to be cut. Any interest from the Jets?
That's a tough one because you got a lot of young players right now that you probably want to get some reps to.
Yeah.
Is he part of your long-term plans, or is he just better than what's there right now?
Yeah, that's a good
you watch
question.
Jermaine Johnson on the field a lot. I think even Salah said that John Franklin Myers will be on the outside on first and second downs, and they're going to move him inside. So you still have Jermaine Johnson, you got Clemens, you got Bryce Huff, Jacob Martin. You got a lot of guys on the outside. I don't know.
Yeah.
In addition to Lawson.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. And also, what would he want to come here? Would he want to go to like a team that's more ready to win, make a run, like kind of like a more winning organization, like playoff ready?
How much money does he want?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust you guys at all, man. The chat, we know better, man. We definitely know better. I think we beat the Ravens week 1, which would be awesome. Rangers scored. What's the score?
3-0.
Rangers?
Yup.
So what's the series? 2-1 right now?
About to be 2-2.
What's going on, John? What's up, everybody? Rangers scored 3-0. Look at this. New York sports on just all this winning going on. This is wild.
You should have heard me Game 7. Fucking waking up my neighbors and shit.
Yeah, I tend to agree, man. I'm more like linebacker, interior defensive line. Kind of get that safety. I really want to. I want to tackle, man. I want just more offensive tackle depth. I want an insurance policy for both these guys, just in case something goes wrong.
I don't even know about interior D line. You got Solomon Thomas. You got Shepard coming back for another year. Hopefully, Quinton's going to be on the field. Rotational piece when he's not taking penalties.
Well, they like what's his face? What's his name? Jonathan Marshall. Don't they like him too?
Yeah, 7th-round pick from last year.
Yeah. So if you guys got any questions, like I said, this is like a real kind of just wild, kind of like a wild time for everything but football. There's so much going on, like baseball, hockey, basketball, if you like the other stuff, but football news is really, really quiet. Jets Packers, it seems to be like a very, very popular away trip. So looking forward to that. 3-0. A lot of Ranger fans are excited. That's good. A swing tackle. I agree. Other than that, I mean, what else is the big thing? Like the kicking competition? Like that's something I guess you could look at.
Panera win it?
I don't think they're going to cut Rankins, though, if they sign the guy from the Bengals. I think he's another piece to the puzzle, no?
Probably. I mean, what's Rankins making? He's like a little over $5 million this year, I think.
Yeah. You know what is interesting, though, is like you look at some of the contracts, though, like in terms of like make or break years, like Carl Lawson and Corey Davis are both in that, dude, because they have no guaranteed money next year. Yep. So if they don't put up numbers this year, they're not going to be back next year. Like that's the one good thing about Joe Douglas. He's like the free agent contracts he doles out It's usually like 2-year deals, man. For the most part, like 2 good years after that, they have a really good way to get out.
I was looking at it a few nights ago. The top 10 on their roster for next year, as far as salary goes, I'm pretty sure like 6 or 7 of those guys they can get out from, as far as like getting rid of them with minimal or almost no dead money. So a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, like you see, like all those stats about dead cap money, stuff like that. The Jets don't have a lot anymore. That's the way you sustain. That's perfect roster management, man.
Yep.
Did you hear what Stephen A. Smith said? Did he bash the Jets? I don't. I'm not really a fan of him.
Stupid MMA.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I know you like his MMA analysis.
It's horrendous. It's so bad. Like, of all guys they get to cover him, like they gave it to him. Have you seen the Dolphins fans completely lose on social media when they have to try to defend Tua's pathetic arm? Well, that wasn't. Well, the weird thing was that was the Dolphins social media team that did it. It wasn't even like
they posted it.
They sold him short. So, listen, he's got a lot of pressure, man. Tua's got a lot of pressure this year. Let's see. What Afram says, Joe Douglas is waiting the June cuts to solidify some needed positions. I agree.
They could be waiting for a week or two in the training camp when they get a better idea of maybe what they have on their own roster too. How far along some of these young guys are.
Well, yeah, you want, especially a lot of guys come into year 2, like all these, like the Nazrul Deans, all these young players. What kind of shape did they come in? Do they have a good grasp of the defense? What do they look like? And say, you know what? They're not ready. We got to get somebody else. Like you can kind of weed out the people you have. So that's fair. Here's a bold take, prime time.
Ooh. I think he could actually be the third running back.
Really? Zonovan Knight? Beat Tevin Coleman?
He could. He's a big dude. You want that change of pace back in between the tackles? I can get you that short yard. It's probably him.
He said last place in AFC East is reserved for the Jets. Is that what he said?
Oh, cool.
See, now I got to make a video tonight. Now, see, I can't take him. I can't take Stephen A. Smith, dude. I can't. I just hate him.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Mets and Yankees in the playoffs while we're in Green Bay will be fun since Jet fans split on our baseball teams. That's tough, though, dude, because I was at the Jets-Saints Sunday night game when Mariano blew it, the World Series game. But you're sitting there like you have tickets to the game, so you have to go to it. I'm like, this is the World Series. Like, I can't miss this. Like, what do you like? That's awful, dude. I hate when it's like that.
I don't know if I would have missed a World Series game.
Dude, I was like,
you're 6.
Well, as Yankee fans, you get used to it, man. They're in it all the time. So, like, you can miss some of it, but you don't want to miss it. You know how it is, right?
No, I don't. One day, maybe I'll know.
Tyreek Hill said that Tua is throwing the most beautiful ball he's ever caught. He's lying. He's got a much better pass than Mahomes. Get out of here. Some of this shit. But the other thing too is that some of the guys in the media, they ask questions like the most obvious question, like what are the player going to say? No, the pass sucked. This guy sucks. Like, what do you think about Zach Wilson? What do you think they're going to say, man?
Yeah, exactly. He was off today. He doesn't really have a grasp of the offense. He's been struggling. Like, no,
I hate the way he throws the ball. I don't like a spiral. Like, oh man, I'll have to watch it though, man. Even playoffs, man, it's tough. No, I get it, man. It's just tough, man. If you could add one former Jet to this squad, who would it be? Oof. One. So you're gonna say, what's the biggest weakness on this team right now that would make the biggest impact?
That's a tough question. Yeah, I would want to say Revis, but I mean, is that the major need right now?
I want to say 1998 Vinny Testaverde and just go for some wins, man.
That's a bold. Ooh.
Because think about it, if you just and I'm not. This is not an indictment on Zach Wilson,
That's what it sounds like.
But if you can take 1998 Vinny Testaverde with the talent on this team,
sounded like you just threw our young rookie quarterback under the bus.
But we'd be talking playoffs. We would definitely talking playoffs. If you have a veteran quarterback,
wait, hold on. You'd rather 98 Vinny over 2002 Chad?
Yes.
Out of your mind? No.
Vinny was awesome, dude.
No.
Awesome.
No.
I'll take it.
Didn't Chad set like the rookie completion or the NFL completion percentage in his rookie year or some shit?
I don't care. Vinny was playing at an incredible level.
Dude, before the shoulder surgery, Chad, come on.
I'm taking Vinny.
Chad, help me out. Stop.
I'm thinking Vinny, man.
Stop. He was
Ed
awesome.
Sheldon Richardson. He didn't go back to. I thought he went back to the Vikings, didn't he?
He might have signed someone. Check it out.
David Harris.
I don't
Any
think David
interesting?
Harris, I don't think David Harris really changes things all that much because you got Mosley in the middle right now.
Yeah. Any interesting updates? Not much, man. Not a lot going on right now at the Jets. Here's a good one: Chris Jenkins or Mo Lewis?
Chris Jenkins is a good one.
Yeah,
The first half of 2008, Chris Jenkins.
Mo Lewis, a phenomenal player too. Primetime Hackenberg. Jonathan Vilma. I don't know if that's. I'd rather have David Harris over Vilma.
I mean, if you put Vilma on the outside next to Mosley right now,
Let's
pretty nice to
see.
watch.
I gotta watch this Stephen A. Smith thing now. Damn it! Ah, God. Nick
Sheldon is
Mangold.
actually right now.
Oh, so here you go, Afram. Cap is currently 8.8 million. Rucker contract details not yet accounted for. Just doing my assigned duty.
There you go.
So then here's a question for you, Afram. What other players can be cut to create more space if they want to sign somebody big? That's I'd like to know. Sure, there's plenty of them.
Definitely rankings.
Yep. Oh my goodness, listen to this take. He'd add Jamal Adams. Woo! Add Jamal Adams to this defense. That'd be interesting.
Put him next to Jordan Whitehead.
That'd be an interesting. That'd be an
That's
interesting.
I mean, if you put aside all the bullshit from when he left, that's not a bad pick actually.
It's not a bad pick, man, because you're getting Jordan Whitehead as your thumper, and Jamal Adams can just run around and do whatever he wants.
Yep.
Plus, you already have two good corners, and that'd be interesting, man. That's actually not a terrible one.
That would be.
It's a good question, actually. Kevin Mawai, another good one.
That might actually be it. Mawai
Solidified a center
probably makes
position.
the most sense.
So what do you think right now is the biggest weakness on the team? Is there like a legitimate, like your overwhelming concern in this team right now is what?
Probably just most unproven would be the outside linebackers. That's probably just the thing I'm most worried about. I trust Mosley. I felt like he was carrying the defense at times last year. I think there's going to be an improved pass rush. I like what they did in the secondary. It's got to be the linebackers for me.
No concerns at quarterback?
I'm happy with the talent that's around Zach. And I trust the offense that he's in. I trust the offensive coordinator. Everything around him that you could possibly want, the Jets have added. So I think we'll find out whether or not he has it. So I'm not concerned about him. I think we saw the baby steps from last year. Yeah. Now it's just about balancing out being the game manager versus, the prolific passer who could actually, take the top off the defense and hit those big plays when they give it to you.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence. I think my confidence is increased based on how they built around him. It makes his job so much easier, man. Like the tight end upgrade, like there's so many things that are positive. Like it's just, there's a lot less pressure on him, man. And the fact that he's working so hard, he's meeting his teammates, he's doing all these different things, he's traveling around, like he's doing everything right. The team's doing everything right around him, which it kind of takes like your level of concern. Like, so say, what's your level of concern on a scale 1 to 10 with Zach Wilson right now, taking the next step in this year?
By the end of the year or like from week 1?
Week 1, starting off strong and get ready to take off.
10 meaning I'm like really concerned?
Yeah.
Probably like a 3.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm like 4 or 5, but I'm confident, dude. I think he's putting the work in. I just think there's so much talent around him, dude, where it's like, you're not like you said, you're not like one Corey Davis injury away from being like, oh God, now I got to force the ball to Tariq Black for 3 weeks.
If there is one thing I'm slightly concerned about, and this is a good problem to have ultimately, but you do have a lot of weapons. So with that, I think comes responsibility to actually be able to spread that ball around. I know some of that falls on the floor, but Wilson also has to actually get the ball to them. So if we're entering week 6, week 7, let's just say Elijah Moore's only got 12, 13 catches, he's probably not going to be too happy. So you want to make sure you're actually spreading it around, keeping all your weapons happy. And again, I know a lot of that does fall on the floor.
But if you bring in all these team first guys that are all like leaders, this and that, if your team is having success, then that shouldn't be an issue, right? That's not the NFL.
No,
that's why everybody's asking to get.
Especially, and again, Elijah Moore, great team guy, but at the same time, he's on his rookie contract as a 2nd-round pick. He's going to be a free agent sooner, so he's going to want to get he's going to want to get paid. So he's got to get those numbers up. He's got to get those targets. And I respect.
Off topic, Tyson, did you see James Hetfield addressing mental health and his fears during a show in front of 100,000 fans in Brazil? Plenty of credit to him, man. There is a lot of musicians right now that are being very outspoken about mental health issues. Very, very outspoken. I think it's phenomenal. A lot of rock bands, everybody, every genre of music, people are a lot more outspoken about it. And I give Hetfield a lot of credit to, because Metallica fans are very supportive, but it's a different kind of group. But good for him, man. I think it's excellent, man. Can never be enough talk about that kind of stuff. So look at this. The third amigo.
Who this guy?
Look at you looking all skinny.
What's going on, fellas, man? Yo, had a long day, yo. And big ups to the kid I met in Wawa today, man. Yo, hope you watching the show. So,
What do you
Every
say?
week,
What's the
week
story?
you meet somebody new in a Walmart
Yo.
or a supermarket.
yo, I had my Jet shirt on. He was like, "Yo, best team in football." I said, "Absolutely." So we got
Oof.
to talking and stuff, and I was talking about the show. He's like, "Yo, I watch." I was like, "Yo, well, watch tonight." So, absolutely, he didn't know me. He knew Prime Time and
I've
Tyson.
been watching for the last 50 minutes, asking where you've been.
Oh, okay. What's up, boss? What's going on, man?
Yankees or
Yo,
Mets,
Yankees,
Tyrone?
come on, bro. You know that's easy, Yankees, baby. I'm a Mets
course.
fan. Has the Mets won anything? I'm just asking. I mean, you know
Well,
the funny part about the
first
Mets are they always
First
start
person.
off good though. Like they always start off really good. Yeah, I just hit that boom, wall.
Different
So-
year.
So
New year,
Tyrone,
Yeah.
so what going into the season, what is say 10 is the highest level of concern. What is your level of concern of Zach Wilson taking the next level? Like just going to take his game to the next level this year?
I'm gonna say 3 or 4. I'm around
Yeah.
that. I'm not. It's not a major concern. I mean, if I watched the interviews today, the guys had a chance to watch interviews with
Yep.
was Coach Sala and Vinny and all those guys, man. Like, yo, big up to Vinny Carey, man. This dude is he's really, he gave a real in-depth detail about what happened to him. Yo, man, big up to this guy for even getting back and being able to go through what he went through, man. That was a real, almost lost his life type situation. But nah, man, Zach, man, I mean, he's getting it. And Coach said today, man, like it's not about the physical part. It's just the upstairs part. Like the lights coming on. Like the kid is seeing stuff. The ball's coming out crisp. He's making the right decisions. He's making the right reads, and that's all we wanted. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's no concern with him. Even if he comes at the gate, and it's a little bit of a struggle. I'm not concerned. I think this kid really is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, good. Now,
So
I think
then-
what they were, go ahead.
So what is, in your opinion, as of today, what's May 24th, what is your biggest concern on this team?
I would say 2 things. One is definitely O-line backup. I definitely want a veteran type tackle in. I think that just the guys that we have. I like the kid that we drafted though. I do like him. I think he's going to be time to develop. So what's going on?
But what is there like? But of the starting group, like what would you say if you're playing against the Jets? What would you say the Jets' weaknesses?
Outside linebacker? But Coach today he addressed it. Nazardine and Sherwood. Sherwood's still hurt, right? He's still working off his Achilles, so he's not going to work for a while. But Nazardine, Coach said he bulked up, he put on weight. You know what I'm saying? He looks kind of good.
Sign
But
somebody.
yeah, me too, bro. And I was hoping we got the kid from Seattle, man. I was hoping that would end up being something that we would do. I'm kind of scared putting somebody like that there. Just because we didn't get a chance to see him do a lot last year, there was a learning curve. But I think also that the kid bulked up. We said this last year that he needed an NFL offseason to get bigger, to learn a position. So he should play a lot faster. But I want somebody for sure right there, man. I really, really do, man. I just think that's the one weakness that we have. I think Quincy's going to be a lot better this year. But that outside, that weak side is something that I really, really want us to fix. I really do.
So then, what do you think will be stronger, the Jets' pass defense or the Jets' run defense? Got him.
I didn't think about that.
I mean, I'm going to say Jets run defense. I think that, we got the right kind of guys in place. I think the biggest thing, if Lawson stays healthy and, having Vinny back and Johnson, I think you got guys on the outside that can get a pass rush where you can't double team Quan and the guys on the inside. Frank Lameyer's going to kick back on the inside. He's a total beast when he's inside. So I think that part of it is going to free up a lot. So I think that's the one thing I'm happy about. Our pass defense, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't seen.
You upgraded the corners. You got better corners.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, like all these guys. Number one, my man is young. Sauce is young, so it's gonna take him a while to get adjusted to the NFL. Like, bro, listen, you're not going undefeated. You're not going not getting.
Yeah, but you got DJ Reed on the other side, though.
Yeah, you got DJ Reed on the other side, which he had a couple big breakups today. You know what I'm saying? You got my man from Tampa. I mean, that part's gonna be improved, but just not as good as the D line. The D line is way better.
So then,
Lawson is definitely.
So then, what do you have more confidence in, the offense or the defense?
I'm gonna go on a limb here, man, and say if the offensive line plays well, the offense, man.
There you go. Look at this.
I think that, man. Listen, I really think that we can run the football if healthy, man. I think we can really run the football. I think those tight ends are the biggest. You know what I'm saying? biggest move we made all off season. To me,
I agree.
that was probably. And you know what's so crazy is when we got one, I was happy with that. But when he went and got your man Conklin from Minnesota, I was like, yo, he's not playing. So you know what I'm saying? So I like what he did, and I think that's going to make a huge, major impact, not only for our attackers that struggle a little bit, and also being able to go to 12 personnel, and also being able to have somebody to attack the middle of the field. That's the biggest thing I think that's going to be a
So
huge
prime time.
impact.
Are you? What do you think's be better, offense or defense this year?
I don't know yet.
Come on, man! Don't pull a Steve.
I feel like the offense should be better. I feel like there's more talent. There's a little bit more continuity. I feel like there's less moving parts. I mean, pretty much have the entire offensive line coming back, minus Tomlinson, who's the one major addition there. You got the two new tight ends, but I don't feel like that. It's going to take a whole lot of time to get them acclimated. Those are two solid pros, very versatile, can pass protect, help in run blocking as well. And I just think they're going to be able to ground and pound. They're going to be able to control the clock a little bit better. I don't think the defense is going to have to be on the field for as long as they were last year, where they're tired and gassed out in the second half of games. So I just think the offense, they're going to be able to control things a little bit better and just play smarter football.
Okay, so then looking at the roster, this is always a good, fun off-season question. Just right now, how many players on this team right now can make the Pro Bowl, you think? We'll go prime time first.
How many can make the Pro Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Mosley, Quinnen. I'm tempted to say Becton if he's rookie year plus like legitimate healthy, but I feel like that's maybe like next year, get a year under his belt, and then maybe next year he's like in that elite category again. So I don't know if we're going to have anybody on the O-line. I'd like to say Elijah Moore, but I just think there's too many weapons on this offense where the ball is going to get spread around. So it's probably just those two.
Like, I'm going to go. I'll go me. I'm going to go Quinnen, and I think Vera Tucker. I think Tucker has. I think he can do some things. I mean, and Lake and Tomlinson already was that, but I mean, there's a lot of competition. In terms of other than that, Tyrone, what do you think? How many players have a chance to make the Pro Bowl this year?
I mean, prime time killed it with that one. So I'm definitely going to say, if Becton's on the right side, I would say Becton. I'm going to say Mosley. I'm definitely going to say Quinnen and Whitehead. I think Whitehead is really. I think in this kind of defense, he's going to get that Jamal Adams role. So I think he really, really can flourish in this type of defense. So those three for sure. Offensively, I don't see nobody else. I see those three right there. Those three.
Yeah. See, the problem on offense is look how many high flying offenses are out there now with all these quarterbacks, receivers. So I think if anybody could be one of these offensive line may sneak in there. But here's a good question for you. I guess we'll go prime time first. What numbers do you guys think Quinnen has to put up to get the bag from Joe Douglas, considering he'll be rotated in and out? This is a great question, man, because
there are so many layers to this. And one of the biggest ones I think that nobody really talks about is the fact that he wasn't a Joe Douglas pick. Now, that shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but ultimately, I mean, Joe Douglas came in, he wiped a lot of things clean. Quinnen Williams was just picked, months ago, from when he got hired. So you kind of have to ride out the rookie deal. Has he performed to the level of a number 3 overall pick to this point? Probably not. Do I think he has the talent to eventually get to that point? Yes, I do. But you got to figure out, is he worth that $15 to $17 million a year? And if he's not putting up double-digit sacks, which I think is probably the bar, I don't know if you pay him that. Now, whether or not you franchise him, see if, another year under his belt, another year with, legitimate edge rushers maybe helps him with Jermaine Johnson and Lawson. But, yeah, I think he's got to be in that somewhere between 10 to 12 sack range if he's looking for that $15+ million a year contract.
Yeah, because you figure they picked up the 5th-year option, so you have him here next year anyway. So, but, I mean, Tyrone, what do you think? What does he have to do this year to say, you know what? Because usually when you go into that 5th year, they want the deal done before they go into the year, or they hold out, or whatever the shit, or whatever, But what does Quinn got to do?
I think primetime was right. I think double-digit sacks. I think anywhere between 10 and 12, something like that. But listen, the one thing I will say, and I'm not going to defend Quinn in any way, I will say this, though. The kid's been double-teamed a lot. So that's why I said, I think that he'll flourish in this. You know what I'm saying? I think that him having the chance one-on-one, I think he's a hard out. So I don't think anybody can really stop this kid like one-on-one. I think he'll really have a good chance to be productive. So I'm looking, and also listen, if he gives 9 sacks and he's big on the run, I mean, he's in there and he got quarterback hurries, that factors in as well too. So I think for him to be a dominant player, I don't know if he's that dominant player just yet. But I think that he has talent enough to get there. And I think Joe D, and I will say this, I think Joe D has enough football IQ to understand what kind of player Quinn is and
Yeah,
what Quinn will be.
but don't you think? And I agree with you guys. I think 10 sacks is kind of where you want, but I think he got to be the kind of player that on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, end of the game on the line, or biggest plays of the game. He's got to be on the field making plays to close games out. Like you got to be that disruptive force. Say, you know what, we can count on you to get us off the field when need be. Like you've got to. Because if you're going to be like in that $20 million a year kind of player, dude, you've got to be like right now, I think he's been good, but the problem is where he was drafted at, he's not living up to that draft expectations. Kind of like Leonard Williams.
Same Leonard Williams conversation.
It's like,
exactly
I
the
think,
same. Exactly.
I think he's better than Leonard Williams. I think he's got more potential than Leonard Williams, but like based on where he was drafted, our expectations, like the next Aaron Donald, he hasn't been that. He's been good, but good to me isn't $20 million a year. Good to me is $13-14 million a year. So now it's like this year, it's like put him on the like the whole rotation thing kind of annoys me, but now I think Sal's going to learn a little bit. Listen, if your season's on the line, or you're getting ready to beat the Patriots on a 4th and 1, you got to go off the field. He's got to be on the field, being the guy making the play, doing the shit for $20 million a year. That's the kind of guy you want to see. Especially November, December.
No, I agree with you completely. I think that, listen, I think at the end of the day, players make plays. And I think that if you got a guy that, I know that you want to keep the guys fresh, and I understand that, because you want, because like it's two types of defensive ends and tackles that in this league. You got guys that come off the ball, that look and see and see what's happening, or you got guys just fire off the ball. Our team, these guys fire off every time. These guys are going for the kill every time. So that's why I think he keeps that strong rotation. But I think a guy like Quinn, you got to give him. It's like getting more touches. You got to let this guy play. So I think that, what I'm saying, I think at some point you gotta figure out your rotation to where you're giving your star players star time. You know what I'm saying? I just think that keeping the guy fresh is great, and I understand that. But at sometimes, man, some guys play, they get better when they get a feel for how the game is going, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean like they do that even like with running backs like that. Like you would see times last year, Michael Carter starts taking off, they take him out. You're like, all right, now it's like this is. But I think that could be something that you learn in your offseason when you self-scout. But the other interesting thing is, Tyrone, we talked about this earlier. I'll start with you, Kevin, is, Corey Davis and Carl Lawson both, after this year, had no guaranteed money. So if they don't put up solid numbers or they do a really good job of doing things, you can get away with doing that. So I think, what's his face? After Mosquito's good stat too, though. So hold on before you miss it. In terms of money we can earn, guys we can cut to save cap space. You got Rankins, we ain't cutting Fant, McDermott, McGovern, Quincy Williams, Mike White. Yeah, it's not really a lot. But
I don't see any of those guys getting cut though. Like
probably
all those
not.
guys,
But going back to that, so if you start with Corey Davis, what do you need to see out of Corey Davis this year, prime time, to say, you know what, this warrants bringing him back in year 3?
Catch the football, stay healthy. I mean, the ball that's in his hands, he's got to catch. I mean, that's priority number one. If you're making $9 million a year, ball hits you in the hands, you got to catch it.
50, 60 catches?
Somewhere in that range. Again, I want to see how the offense is operating. I mean, is he contributing as a run blocker? How many targets is he getting? Is he getting double teamed but helping Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson make plays? I just want to see how he's used. And ultimately, if he's a decoy, but Wilson and Elijah Moore are taking off, I'd bring him back for another year. If he's ultimately a piece of a functioning offense.
And a captain and a mentor.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Tyrone?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope that experiment's over next year. I'm just listen. I mean, I'm just like, he dropped a lot of big balls, man. Like he dropped a lot of balls. He hasn't really been healthy. So if Elijah steps up or Wilson steps up, and you can get another guy in the draft, that'd probably be the route I would go. I mean, but if he has a great season, so I'll bring him back because
how many catches? How many catches do you keep him?
60, 50, 60.
If
he's blocking, if he's blocking, it's kind of hard, Tyson, to put a number on that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if he's blocking, he's being a decoy, or he's making, he's that
good red zone target.
Yeah, exactly. Or if Elijah Moore's your one, and he's got 85 catches, and Garrett Wilson's your 2 with 70 catches, plus your 2 tight ends got 35 catches apiece. I mean, how many balls can Corey Davis possibly catch in addition to Barrios or running backs out of the backfield?
And something else we got to factor in too, like do you want to let him go in the way the receiver market is going right now? He's pretty the way the contracts have been going lately. He's on a pretty, you know what I'm saying, doable contract. So
he might be good value next year. Maybe you get a trade. Maybe you get a 4th or 5th round pick back for him.
True too. So then, all right. So then Corey Davis makes a lot of sense there, what you guys are saying. So then Carl Lawson, who I love to death, but injury history, coming off a big injury this year. What are your expectations? What does he got to show you to come back next year?
Same thing with him. I don't even think it's like a number thing where he's got to have 12 sacks, 14 sacks. The second half has got to be like legitimate, dominant, game-changing type of pass rusher. Wreaking havoc on the quarterback, getting to the backfield. He's got to be changing games, especially 3rd and long, 2nd and long. Like the plays where we were getting burned last year, those 3rd and 19s, I'll never forget those. Like he's got to be making impacts on those plays, getting the defense off the field. So ultimately, if he's doing that, he shows he's healthy. He's got that motor. He's got that burst back, especially in the second half that he's really coming on. I'm bringing him back the following year.
Yeah. Good, Tyrone.
I'm a little different than you, prime time. I'm bringing him. If he stays healthy, I'm bringing him back. I just think that the team loves this guy, man. This guy, he's just one of those kind of guys that he's a leader by example. He goes out there, he gives it all. If he stays healthy, he's definitely coming back. I like for him to give me 10, 12 sacks, but I don't need, if he's making the quarterback with the hurries and knockdowns and he's got other guys getting free to be able to get there, listen, the guy stays healthy all season and he's producing. I just think the kind of guy that he is, he's going to put up numbers and he's going to affect the game. He's a game changer.
Well, I think the other thing, Tyrone, is that he's a game changer, but also him being a mentor and a leader for all these young pass rushers, Bryce Huff, Jermaine Johnson, like his work ethic is second to none. Like, you watch him on any kind of social media, this guy is just, and everybody raves about it. Like,
animal.
Right? That kind of mindset and that kind of leader in your locker room, all these young guys around there, if he gives you 6, 7, 8 sacks, whatever, but he's doing a lot of disruptive things and he's a leader and a force helping this team go to the next level, you know what? I'll pay for that. Like, I'm completely cool with that, right? I mean, it's
and it would only be one more year too. It would be one more year, and then he'd be a free agent after that. The thing that I'm curious about is prior to him signing last year, he had never had the double-digit sack season before, and now he's coming off what over the last 7-8 years he's got 2 ACLs and an Achilles, I think, or is it vice versa, 2 Achilles and an ACL?
Yeah.
It's like 3 major knee injuries. So I want to see what kind of player we're looking at in training camp.
But didn't he lead the league in quarterback hurries though?
Hurries, yep.
You know what I'm saying? So exactly, yeah. So that's you're still getting there. You know what I'm saying? You might not be getting a sack, but you're getting there.
Yeah, as long as he's changing the game and helping the defense.
Yeah, see that's the point I was trying to make, man. He's changing the game. As long as he does that, like prime time, I agree with you on that as well. I'm comfortable with that. Like like my expectations for our defense is still going to be a growing thing because I don't know if it's a defensive coordinator, that was the issue last year, or it was talent last year. You know what I'm saying? Because us being the worst against the run, like the one thing the Jets know how to do is stop the run, and that was, that scares me a little bit. So I think this year will be a vast improvement. So I hope Saleh takes a bigger role on the defensive end just to make sure his system is getting acclimated instead of anything else.
All right, so we will bring on, I think Joe is on here. What's up, Joe?
What's up, boys?
Hey, Joe?
Yeah, I've been coaching the last few weeks. I got a clinic on Tuesday nights. Couldn't come on, but
Prime time missed you.
What? Yeah,
Prime
you sent me off because I didn't hear the beginning of the thing. I was trying to give some scenarios. I didn't know it was a set. This is who we're picking, and then, but I was gonna say on that stream I wanted either Sauce and then Wilson or Thibodeau, or Sauce and then Johnson or Thibodeau and then Wilson. So got 3 of the 4 guys I won in the top 10. So I was very happy with it. I think Breece Hall's a beast. I like Michael Clemens too. I like Mitchell. But to what a bunch of you guys were saying was I completely agree. I think we need to add a swing tackle. I've been saying it since fucking January, and like just fix it. There's a lot of veterans out there with starting experience. Get someone that can not blow the game for you when you go in. But other than that, like I like where the team's at right now. Like it's just boring.
So what do you think? Is there one glaring weakness on the team, you think?
No, it's to me, is Zach Wilson going to perform or not? Like that's the weakness. If Zach Wilson isn't good, then that's a huge problem. That's the biggest part of your team, your quarterback, right? If Zach Wilson is good, I think we have all the talent in the world around this team to maybe not win 12 games, but to be good.
So explain what good is. What is good in your opinion for Zach Wilson?
For Zach Wilson, I don't want to put too many stats on him, but this offense got to be like a top 15 offense. Doesn't matter how we get there, but he needs to look comfortable in the offense.
Top
Every
15? So you want them to go from 32 to 15 this year?
The offense was not 32. It was like 23.
Our offense was terrible last year.
Yeah, but it was like 23rd in yards or whatever. All right, top 18, I'll say. But the point is that when you're watching him, you want to look at the screen and not have to talk yourself into the fact he's playing well. Like, I don't want to have to give him the Darnold treatment where I'm saying basically grading our quarterback on a scale. I don't want to grade our quarterback on a scale this year where, his line isn't good or he's only in his second year or whatever. Like, I don't have to talk myself into saying he can be good. If he's showing me when I'm watching these games, he looks like he can be good and he does it consistently, then I'll be happy. But I'm not going to, like, sit here and do what Dolphin fans are doing with Tua right now and try to convince myself that a guy that clearly isn't ever going to be a top 10 quarterback can be a top 10 quarterback. Like, to me, if we watch a game and that game wouldn't have been, if you're a Raiders fan and you wouldn't say that was a good game for Derek Carr, then we shouldn't be saying that's a good game for Zach Wilson next year.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I agree.
Catch up to the league. Like, we should have higher expectations. Treat our quarterback like everyone else treats their quarterback. Last year, a little bit of a pass, but I don't know if Dwayne Brown would be a backup. He probably wouldn't. He's very, very good.
Yeah, I think Max Mitchell's a project. He's not this year.
He's going to take some time. I like him, but he's going to take some time. I think like Riley Reid, like he has like 6 or 7 years of starting experience. Not the best tackle in the world, but he'll get the job done if someone goes down. But yeah, we need that. And then I would love to get Larry Ogunjobi. I think he was extremely underrated on the Bengals last year. Every time I was watching a game, he was making impact plays. AFC Championship, and he had like 2 or 3 huge plays that changed the game. So I love him. Quan Alexander, I don't really think we need. I like our linebackers. I think Hamza and Sherwood last year played well until they got hurt. Like, it wasn't a huge weakness until our 2.
So you don't think you need another veteran there?
I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but I don't think it's like a glaring hole. I guess depth wise, it gets very thin after you get past Quincy, after CJ, Quincy, Hamza, and Jamian. And then to the Corey Davis thing, I think Corey Davis last year, a big reason he had so many drops is because you remember those first 6 or 7 weeks, he was getting force-fed the ball. Like, Zach Wilson would drop back, stare at Corey Davis, throw it to Corey Davis. That was the offense for like at least the first 3 or 4 weeks. And I think that led to him. He's not a 13-target receiver, and he would get 13 targets, and eventually he's going to fuck up. He's not. I think when he gets down.
What?
6 or 7 targets.
So wait, he's a receiver that got too much action, and that's why he sucked?
No, it's not that he sucked. I think he would have like 1 big drop a game, right? So if you throw it to him 14 times in a game, it's going to seem like more often than not he's dropping the ball a lot more often than you expect him to. If he's getting 7 targets next year with all these weapons, then I think the drops will come down. It won't feel as frequent.
I gotta check Corey Davis' targets now.
This one makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Look at the first 6 games.
You're saying throw the ball to him less, so he'll drop the ball less?
No, the point is
Tyrone. So if we throw him 10 passes, he's gonna drop 2. If we only throw him 5 passes, he only drop 1.
Well,
that's how we're doing it.
The point is every time we were in a big spot, those first 5 games, Zach Wilson was looking at Corey Davis. Every big third down, every time in the red zone. When he fucks up, it's a glaringly big spot in the game. Now
isn't he paid? But isn't he paid to catch the football? That's what his job is.
Yeah,
he was brought here to be a leader and catch the football, and he wasn't doing it consistently.
I feel like it happened more so on big third downs in big spots. That's why it felt like it happened a lot more frequently than it did.
Then he was.
I don't think it wasn't like a 3 or 4 time. It would be once a game, a huge third down. Damn, if we don't get this first, game's probably over, and he'd have a drop. That's what I felt like would happen once a week. I didn't feel like he was.
But Joe, ain't that the spot where you paying him like $13 million a year that you really want? Listen, I don't care if he dropped 5 other passes. Catch that one. That's the pass I need you to catch.
You're right.
So listen. So I mean,
that's when receivers usually shine, Tyrone, isn't it? That's when you want the ball. Like, give me the ball on third down. Give me the ball in the red zone. I want this. Is when time
third and 10.
That's the time to show up and show out, man.
Sir.
I'm a big Corey Davis defender. Maybe there's a little bias.
See, now we're going to analyze how many targets, how many were catchable, what's his catch radius. Like, I don't know, man.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the one that hurt me the most. We were driving down. He crosses the middle, almost at the goal line, right?
Against who?
Zach I can't remember who it was, bro. And Zach threw him a beeline straight bullet. Hit him dead in his hands, bro.
I was wrong.
Bounced off his chest.
I was wrong. Corey Davis sucks. I was justifying him. He had like 7 targets a game. He had 1 10-target game.
Yep,
Take all that back. Take all that back. The one that
Yeah,
kills
he's
me.
trying to-
So now you want to. So now you want. Now you go to the ball. Listen, he
He's
gets
gonna
3
play
catches
better.
a game. Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was like a 3rd down. I think it might have been against the Patriots. The 3rd down where
It was a
Wilson
big play,
hit him
bro.
right in the fucking hands.
Yo, bro, like this.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
like
it
on our own
bounced off
20
his
or
chest.
30.
Yeah, bro. No, it was 4. It was between the 5 and the goal line, bro.
Oh.
Like he wasn't gonna score, but damn, bro, like he was right there going on the sidelines, bro. Hit him dead in the chest. Bro. Oh my god, bro.
Someone just said welcome to the Waffle House. I saw that. Yeah. It's all right. I take that back. It was a bad take. But regardless,
Waffle House.
this season is on Zach Wilson. I think if he
Joe, I want to say
what?
something, Joe. Welcome to the Waffle House. You now can have your.
He always seemed like he was slipping and falling. You never had he had to change his
ate
cleats like
shit
every
a
game.
lot.
He was always falling around all over the
He
place.
eat shit like once a game.
But no, I mean no. But listen, if he improves with the stuff around him, I think you know what I'm saying. I don't think he'll get the number 1
I can
corner
fix
this year,
that.
so that'll be easier for him. But he has to. You want your number 1 to be your number 2 to be your number 2. Like just catch the damn ball.
Yeah. What are your expectations for Garrett Wilson? I feel like no one's talking about Garrett Wilson, but
That's a good
what
thing.
are your expectations?
I think Garrett Wilson's in a perfect spot, man, because he's not being brought in to be the number 1 receiver. He's not going to be the focus of the offense. He can just mesh in and blend in while Elijah Moore takes off. Corey Davis is there. You have the running backs, you have the tight ends. Like he could be a piece of the puzzle, man. Like he's not being brought in to say you got to catch 90 passes and 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I think he's in a great spot, dude. I mean,
give him like a year. What do you want him to do?
But that's it. Like, dude, he could.
What are they going to allow him to do?
What-
What
Yeah,
are they going to
but
ask
Yeah,
him?
exactly. That's
true.
You know what's crazy? Prime time. I like that point right there. Listen, I was watching something and they were like, listen, if you have a young guy and you put this young guy and you put him in the offense and you make him a focal point in the offense, this kid can make any kind of leap you want him to make. But if you just bring him in and just bring him along, it just depends on his talent. For me personally, if the kid makes 40 catches, I'm happy. If the kids make 30 catches, I'm happy. This is a whole different league. But if I want to see him to improve towards the end of the season, if he improves towards the end of the year, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, you're never gonna live this
Wilson,
down, dude. You're
the
never
worse
gonna live this down.
It'll be all right.
Oh.
It'll be all right.
But you look at Garrett Wilson, you look at Breece Hall, like they're all in good spots now, dude. Because now the Jets have enough talent all across the board on offense where nobody
You
has
don't
to
need
have
them. You don't exactly. You don't need them.
you don't have the weight of the
I-
world on your shoulders.
I fucking love. I gamble on college football a lot, and Big 12 is my favorite conference to gamble on because it's most exciting games. I fucking love Breece Hall. He is a beast. Like every single Iowa State game I'd watch. Brock Purdy, their quarterback, horrible, and Breece Hall would carry them. Like that guy.
So explain to us his game. What does he bring into the Jets
Yeah,
offense?
that's what I know. Yeah, exactly.
He's an all around back. Like but the biggest thing is the power he runs with when he gets going downhill. But he's also so fucking explosive. He hits a hole, he gets his feet moving, and it's just almost impossible to take him down. And they used him in every way possible. Like they used him like a McCaffrey. Throw it to him, run it. Like he was their offense. It was that kind of player. And the fact now he can come in here, kind of like you were saying with Wilson, where he isn't the whole offense and he can just make plays in like spots. Like, oh, he is. I love it. I love that pick. Fuck whoever's talking about running back, whatever spot. I love that pick. That he is going to be such a game changer for Zach Wilson. I think it takes so much pressure off him. Now you have 2 guys. Michael Carter goes down. You're not looking at Tevin Coleman's corpse saying, go run for us today. It's
Bigger
that's
impact year 1, Breece Hall or Garrett Wilson?
what? Bigger? I think Breece Hall. I think it's easier for running backs. And there's a little less competition. He knows when he gets – like the coaches can force feed him the ball just by calling a run play. Wilson has to get
I can agree with that. I can say that.
I love Kenneth Walker too. Like I love him too.
Who'd you love more?
I thought Kenneth Walker was the best back in the draft, but Breece Hall was right there. They were very close. Kenneth Walker, I just thought he did it against better competition, better run defenses, but he didn't have the same receiving threat. And I think Breece Hall seems like he's more of a zone scheme kind of runner, and Kenneth Walker is a little more of a power back. He fits better in that Seattle. I like them both a lot. Like I think they're both gonna be great, but yeah. So I'd probably go with Walker, but I didn't complain at all. I was ecstatic when we got him. I was very happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, well, thank you for calling him in. This is a good call. You had one little waffle, but other than that, you did great, man.
All right, awesome. All right, you guys have a good night.
You too, man.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. Let's go Rangers.
So, Tyrone, the question for you. Earlier, they said the really good question was, if you could add one former Jet to this roster, who would it be? And to me, I was like, I take Vinny Testaverde because 1998 Vinny Testaverde when he had that. I'm an old fan, so I know that season fairly well. And primetime said I'm out of my mind that I should have the 2002 Chad Pennington. Who are you taking?
Between those two,
Yep,
I'm taking Vinny, baby.
that's all right.
I'm taking Vinny. Now, prime time. Listen, before the shoulder injury, Van was on point. Yeah, he was on point. Listen,
Here's why
before
you
the
can't
shoulder
take Vinny.
injury,
As
he was on point.
amazing as he played that entire year, eventually Vinny returned to what he was, a guy that throws interceptions. And I love Vinny.
Eventually,
hold
what
on,
in the
hold on,
fucking championship game?
Hey, let me ask you a question.
What-
So that's when the wheels fell off at that point.
Who had more?
But
talent?
again,
Vinny or Chad?
that's who Vinny was his entire career, right?
I'm not talking about that.
He
The
fought Lightning in a
19.
bottle.
I clarified. 1998 Vinny.
He had a great year,
Yep.
but Chad was the better quarterback, and he had a phenomenal year in 2002 also.
So
He was
you're
the
saying
better
so
quarterback.
you're
So if you
taking
put-
2002 Chad.
I'm taking the better quarterback.
No, my answer is you're taking the 2002 Chad over the 1998 Vinny.
Yes.
I'm not. Absolutely not. No way. No way in living hell.
Yo, listen,
You bringing that 1998 offensive line with him too?
Bro, I'm bringing that arm
yo,
talent.
yeah,
I'm bringing that
exactly.
arm talent that he was
Bro.
he was managing the game
Chad
and
had a
throwing
great
rockets all over the place. Especially that arm talent with Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson spreading the field, and all these other guys.
And Chad's accuracy, and he could still hit those sideline passes before the
But
shoulder.
dude, what did Vinny only threw 7 interceptions or something like that in 1998? He didn't throw a lot.
He didn't have to. Look at that old line. You had Curtis Martin running for 1,500 yards.
And what do you have? You have Brees Hall and Michael Carter here.
You had Keyshawn Johnson too.
And you got look at the guys they got here. Look at all the weapons they have on this team now. Vinny would have a field day in this offense.
What do you think Chad would do with all these weapons?
Dude, I respect that Chad before the shoulder injury, before the shoulder injury, he still couldn't match
and don't
Vinny's
give me
arm
that Chad
strength.
had no arm stuff in the chat prior to the shoulder surgeries. You
He still
remember
couldn't-
even with the
He
shoulder surgery,
He
Prior to
never had
shoulder
hold
surgery,
prime time. Even before the shoulder injury,
Yep.
prime time, real talk.
Chad had a water pistol.
There's no comparison.
and they
between
said the
his
same
arm
thing about
and Vinny.
Peyton Manning, and it never affected him. He was a great quarterback.
Dude.
No, listen,
Chad
prime
didn't
time.
have Peyton Manning's arm, dude.
Nah, not even close.
Manning didn't have a
Nope.
great arm.
Chad made great short intermediate passes.
Yep.
But
Vinny had a
down the
cannon.
field, Vinny had
Vinny had a cannon. Chad was smarter with the football.
Vinny in 1998 had like 7 interceptions, dude.
Yeah, he had a great year.
That was
year.
smart.
I don't take anything away from the way Vinny played in 98. It was a great year. It was the most fun I ever had as a fan. I'm saying Chad was a better quarterback, I thought, in 2002 than Vinny was in 98.
average, true indeed. He had an average arm. I mean, Chad. The one thing about Chad is, he was accurate and he was smart with the ball. Great game manager. But you know what I'm saying? But
We back.
So-
We go lead, baby.
Rangers
Let's
scored.
This is
Rangers
the second
scored
this is
one.
the second time we've heard this. I think Christy said the same thing where it was like they'd asked Chris Jenkins if he stays healthy for the whole year. That was
What
the whole
about,
thing.
what about Joe Klecko? Put Klecko next to Quinnen?
I still go quarterback.
Hey, you know what I love? You know what I love, with Jenkins, bro? Remember when we were on the goal line drills?
Oh.
And he just
This is my fucking drill. Yeah, I
snap.
remember that
That
shit.
shit, that shit right there, bro. It had everybody hype, bro. I don't give a fuck. Screaming and shit, bro. It's crazy.
Okay, so you got Chad's decision making with Vinny's arm. You got Dan. Chad was exceptional between the ears, but had no arm. 98, Vinny was the epitome of catching lightning in a bottle. Dude was a top 3 quarterback, and yeah, he was. Vinny was incredible. 98, man, absolutely incredible. We got a Kellen Clemens mention now. Perfect.
No.
Chad was smart, but physically he was inferior. Snacks Harrison would be amazing to this defensive line. Run guy, I guess. But I mean, if you had to choose one player to bring back out of all these guys, I don't think. And I like Snacks, but I don't think that would be the guy though.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't remember Snacks. I don't know.
You figured what the holes would be? What I mean, people mentioned the center position. I can see that. I guess upgrade McGovern.
Mango. Yo, listen. You know who I bring back real? You know who I bring back? On a low sneak kind of just whatever. I bring back Dustin Keller, and I'll tell you why.
Come on, man. What are we doing here?
Listen,
What? Dustin Keller can't even beat out Conklin or Zuma.
Just put him in the slot. Let it go.
Bro,
Listen,
one player.
Listen, let me ask you guys one
Squad
question.
over who?
Let me ask you a question.
He'd be like the fourth guy on the team.
Let me ask you a question. Out of all our history, right? How many good tight ends have we had?
We got 3 better than him now on the team.
Hold on. Where does Dustin Keller rank as our top tight ends? of all time.
That's just because we've had bad tight ends. We've got.
I
Good
know.
ones now.
That's what I'm saying. I got.
So wait a minute. I had a question, Tyrone. I'll put you on the spot now since I didn't see what that was terrible the way Rucker treated Jets media. What did he do to Richie? I didn't see that. Would you rather have Mawai or Mangold?
I go Malai. He's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? But Mango was my guy though. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
Why I
Mango
think
was
he's
my guy
gotta
though.
be better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mawai was.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
On those
That
toss
nastiness.
plays,
But you gotta love Mango though. I ain't gonna never disrespect the big fella, man. Yo.
We're not
Tough as nails,
disrespecting him.
man.
It's just you gotta, I mean, Mawai was just he was obviously a Hall of Famer, but that intensity, that tenacity he bring to this, I mean, that nastiness, woof.
That's what we need right now, bro. So
Absolutely.
that's the one thing we missed on the offensive line, man. Like that kind of center, bro. Just the
Yeah,
bro, that's
absolutely.
that line would be that line would be like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 08 Jets and shit, baby. That's
Yeah,
that.
Mawai
That's
got the
real
field
rub,
exactly. Mawai got the
Sir.
field all day long.
Yeah.
Tony Richardson was a very good fullback, man.
Yes,
he
was, bro.
blocked for how many rushing leaders, dude? Like his
Yo,
stats are
yes,
insane.
He was, bro.
He was good. And then the other guy was
Yes.
Richie Anderson too, another really productive fullback we had too. Wesley Walker, added Wesley Walker to this team.
Altoon.
Altoon, shit. You might as well.
Rucker didn't allow video, and Richie wanted to film his meet and greet. I mean, that's a tough spot, man. Because a lot of these players that they have arrangements with the guy that promoted the event. They don't want everybody walking up with their phones, filming it, do this. Hey, say hey to that's they. I mean, that's I don't blame Rucker for that at all, dude. And I like Richie. Richie's a really cool kid. But these meet and greets, man, it's tough. Like we used to see that prime time. We did the bowling events, and remember the Gangrene Dave was like, "Oh, can you film? What's up, the Gangrene Dave and all this shit." People want to sign autographs, get out, man. It's not a marketing opportunity. So, that's the way it works sometimes, man.
Even the event we did with Jamal Adams. I mean that.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes they just said, "Listen, we want to sign autographs, get in, get out, and not make a whole big thing out of it." Yeah. So, let's see. We're gonna go to John. What's up, man?
Hey guys, how's it going?
How you doing, man?
What's going on, John?
Doing good. Finally get a chance to talk to you guys since my new job. I get out at about 8:00, so I'll probably be catching the tail end. So this might be the last chance for a while. I may get a chance to talk to you unless you guys are running late. But
Nice. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, an ex-Jet I'm thinking of is an interesting one that I want on this team is Ronnie Lott.
What?
Yeah, even like Ronnie Lott after he played.
When he came to the Jets, he was terrible. He wasn't even that good.
Wasn't he like late 30s?
Yo,
That's like Steve Atwater. Like Ronnie Lott and Steve Atwater both were really good names, and we're excited when they got them, but they didn't really pan out as like Jets though.
Yeah. No, I do remember some good.
You've been out saying Kerry Rose with that one.
Yeah,
man.
you might as well say Ed Reed. Shit. Oh, somebody got to like that. Just the same shit. No, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to be rude, but like, fuck, man. Of all the guys to bring back, Ronnie Lott's the name, but he's not. You didn't get the 49ers Ronnie Lott when he came here, man.
If you're getting the Hall of Fame, Ronnie Lott, I mean that guy, you're putting him with Jordan Whitehead. I mean,
yeah, definitely. So yeah, so like I've been trolling Dolphin fans for like ever since that video came out, and I swear to you, they have no answer for it. That shows me, and they've been lashing out online to a lot of people because now they've been made the butt of jokes for like the past 11 days, and the fact that they're getting shit from Jets fans is making them completely lose it online.
Well, I mean, Dolphin fans know, dude, this is a make or break year for Tua because they have a team that should be much improved. They got a lot of talent on offense. And if Tua doesn't put up very good numbers this year, they're back in the quarterback market next year. Especially when they passed on a lot of guys this year. Like they doubled down on Tua this year, man.
I mean, the thing is that when you have Jalen Waddle, averaging 9.6 yards per reception, then the problem lies with the quarterback because he can't throw the ball deep. And
but look what they added though. You added Tyreek Hill. They have the Gesicki at tight end.
What good are they if you can't throw the ball deep?
Well, you'll find out now because now you hired a head coach. It's like an offensive coordinator guy. He's like supposedly an offensive guru. If Tua can't do it this year, dude, and Dolphin fans know it. Like they know they have a team that should be a playoff team. They have enough talent to make the playoffs. They should be very competitive. The only thing that's going to make or break them is Tua. That's it.
Yeah,
they feel that pressure.
And the thing is, I felt the cold shiver go down their back when the video came out. They just had no answer for it, and it just pisses them off.
That shit was horrible. That shit was horrible though. Like I would have never posted that. But listen, the one thing you're not saying, John, who's Miami's backup?
Teddy Bridgewater.
That's who we don't listen. That's who we don't want to see.
Exactly.
I hope Tua just does just enough to stay. If Teddy comes on the field by the time we play him, it's gonna be a long day for us, buddy.
I know. I just hope they don't come to that realization until like after week 5.
Yes, sir.
Bring them all on. I don't give a rat's ass. But Dolphin fans have got to be feeling the pressure, man.
Teddy Bridgewater, even though not a world beater, is a very solid option at quarterback for them, and at least has a decent arm. So, he has work. He makes Chad Pennington's arm like 3 shoulder surgeries. Chad Pennington look like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I don't care if the Dolphins, man. Like I'm not scared of no team. I just think it's funny. Like that was their own social media team that did that, which is just. But I mean, this is. This is a big year for Tua, man.
They should have been fired right on the spot for releasing that. But it's like the one good chance that finally we could kick somebody else, and instead of somebody kicking us for our failures. And the fact that it's a division rival is even better.
Yeah, but this ain't the same. It's not the same Jets team, though, man. And I hope people start understanding that. Like, you listen, man. I'm not gonna say Joe D gets a statue, nothing like that. But the one thing he has done is, you know what I'm saying, he stopped all the nut stuff, bro. So it's not like, we're making a bunch of rash decisions or a lot of stupid things happening. So I like what he's done so far.
Yeah, but Tyrone, to be fair, what you're looking at is this is Tua. This is what year 3 for Tua, right? Yeah, this is third year. Yeah. So this is so if in theory, if Zach Wilson has a mediocre this year, we're in that boat next year where it's like, all right, year 3, this kid better step up, or that year 4, we're like, what do we do with our quarterback? So like. I understand that the Dolphins are embracing it. They think they know what Tua is. Like, so the fans, I get their nervousness around him, man, for sure.
But Tyson, the one thing I will say about Zach and Tua is, Zach got a cannon.
Oh yeah, I like the arm count. Like Zach, no, I'm not that. No, absolutely.
It is no comparison. So if it takes Zach an extra year to get it together, compared to you can't fix what Tua can't do. That's the problem. You can't fix it. You can't fix his shortcomings.
Yep. No, I agree. Yeah. No, but I'm saying that I understand the whole nervousness around Dolphin fans, though, man. That's especially when you pass on all the free agent options this year, and you get teams trading for Russell Wilson and all these other guys. So, but we'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, you could see the limitations. Even I would take an unfinished product like Zach because, because of his cannon arm, and he's got all the intangibles. I mean, Tua, we pretty much know what he is.
No, I mean Zach's potential, especially in this offense, is it's the sky's the limit, man. You just got to put it all together. I like Zach. I'm with him. I'm just saying I understand the whole situation, how this all works out, though. So
yeah, and plus now that he has weapons, I mean Garrett Wilson is a freak of nature. I mean, put him with Elijah Moore and Breece Hall. I mean, I think I saw the odds. It was like plus 900 that Breece Hall will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think he's got as good a chance as anybody because I think. Go ahead.
I mean, I understand that, but the question I have for primetime is that having Michael Carter back there too may take away the ability to win that award, right? I mean, Kevin, what do you think? It's like,
well, that and historically the way the Niners, going back to the Florida's time there, like they've always had a rotation in the backfield as well. They always use 2, sometimes 3 backs, and they rotate them. So I think Hall's probably going to be your number 1, but even that, I mean, he's getting maybe 60% of the carries. Michael Carter somewhere 30-35%, and then your third.
But he should get all the red zone carries,
Yeah, but is that still enough though to get him, Rookie of the Year? Probably not. He'll still be a great player. He'll still be closing in, I think, on somewhere near 1,000 yards. But I don't think
and I definitely think he can have like 10 to 15 touchdowns. Somewhere around there.
Wait, sneakers to boots. What do you mean? This time last year we had Elijah Moore going to the Pro Bowl, didn't we?
Yeah, everyone.
But
John, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's always good talking to you guys, man. You guys are the shit.
We appreciate it, man.
Take it easy.
Have a good night.
Good night, bro.
See, what I feel bad because John's such a good dude, man. He supports us, but then he threw out that Ronnie Lott take, and then I just feel bad. I'm like, son of a just right. I saw Primetime put his head down. Like I saw Primetime's eyes just go down. I'm like, somebody's got to say it. So,
Yeah, not the Jets, Ronnie Lott. Can't do that.
no.
Yeah, the 49ers running a lot.
Sauce Gardner doing that autograph signing. It was it July or June 11th. Big money though, expensive. All right, Primetime. You ready for this? You ready for our special guest for the evening?
No,
I know Tyrone's not ready for this shit.
no, he's not.
I already know who it is.
All right. Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing? Oh, you
How are
you didn't see me last week. You didn't get to see my new Elijah Moore jersey.
You got New Jersey?
Yeah, I bought Elijah Moore green jersey. I'll be wearing it at the home opener.
Oh, that's awesome. You can tailgate with us.
Which means
Yeah,
he's getting hurt.
I'm planning to throw in the. That's how I'm getting my cousin to come. I'm throwing the tailgate in.
All
Oh,
right.
it's getting ugly over here.
All right, so yeah. What? Before we begin, I'm going to do something. I'm going to turn this guitar into a sitar using nothing but a paintbrush.
What?
I'm going to make this sound like an.
Wait, so you're playing the guitar with a paintbrush? Yeah, you just said?
No, I'm going to make it sound like a sitar.
Am I missing something, Primetime? What's a sitar? Am I
I
missing
have
the
no
joke
idea.
here?
I have no
I
idea.
have no clue.
It's an Eastern Indian instrument. You ever hear Painted Black?
Yes.
That's the riff is played on a sitar.
Prime time, 136.14, okay? When I start negotiating my new contract, 136.14, I just need some evidence. That's all I need. Appreciate it. Thank you.
It sounds like that. That does sound like it.
That's
What does the paintbrush have to do with this?
That's talented, bro.
It raises them. You can see.
Oh, now I see what you did. Show me that again. So now
It
play
raises
that. Wait,
the-
you gotta show it playing it with it in there now. We gotta see it. Change your camera angle.
Wait, I'll play something else.
All right.
Hold on. It's really hard to play at this position, so I'm just going to put it down.
My bad.
All right. All right, well, let's just talk football. So I heard you were talking about like what player would you want? What former Jets would you want to add? You want to add to this team?
Yep. So tell us.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna go with a linebacker. I'm gonna go with a linebacker.
Okay.
I was probably gonna go. Well, I said I was gonna do one from the '60s, but then that you don't know it, so I was gonna go with probably Mo Lewis.
How the fuck would you know somebody from the '60s? How would you even see them play in the '60s?
Wait, did you even watch Mo Lewis?
No,
When
I
were
was
you
like,
born?
I was born '96. So I said there were no good luck.
You were born in '96. His peak years were when you were like 2 and 3 years old.
Yeah, but I heard it from my cousin.
Oh, so you heard it.
Oh, all right. Now it's okay. His cousin said Mo Lewis was good. So there you go.
Okay. So how about a player that you actually saw play?
I can't really think of it. Like I said, I got into the Jets really late in life. I'm gonna let you on this truth bomb. This is gonna blow your mind, and this is probably.
It's just.
I need something.
All right.
Wait. So instead of answering players that you actually watch play, you're only gonna give us players. You're gonna give us a hearsay player?
No, I gotta give you this fact. I gotta be honest with you.
I don't want
I
to
didn't-
lie to me.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You're not Jeffrey, are you?
No,
Let's hear
my
it.
first.
Be honest
I'm
with
gonna tell you what my first football game was and my second football game was, and this is what's gonna blow your mind.
us. Okay. Last year.
My first football game was Super Bowl 42.
What
My
fucking year
second was
that?
Super Bowl 51.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Wait, what year was Super Bowl 42?
2008.
So that was the first football game you watched 14 years ago.
And the second one I won.
How you a Jet fan? We wanted it.
Wait, what was the second one you watched?
That was Super Bowl 51.
So wait, why was there a 9-year gap?
At the time I was watching because I was with my cousin who was a I just wanted to spite my cousin at the time because he was just being so.
What did you do in between that? What did you do in between that period? You didn't watch football?
I wasn't into sports at the time. I was just watching it to spite, just hoping because I wanted to see my cousin eat crow. My cousin was
we know you hate the Patriots, so you've been watching football for like what, 5 years?
So wait, is that why you became a Jet fan? Just because?
No. It was a mental thing.
Okay, so I'm with you. I need more than ibuprofen. I need some straight up weed.
So like I said,
So wait, how many years have you been actually watching football?
This shit is
Well, you mean consistently 5 years? About probably 5 years.
So you've been watching football for 5 years. The Jets.
I got into it late. I got into it out of college. The thing was, after college, I got burned out, so I didn't want. And I studied game design in college, so I wanted nothing to do with games, media, or anything. So I wanted something completely different.
All right, so a player that you've watched in the last 5 years that you would add to the Jets roster.
Okay, so this one's the this one's the
Go ahead.
Okay, I know a linebacker, so because I know I sorry. All right, I trying to remember. I know him.
I need a new contract. I need to upgrade my. I'm telling you right now. My paperwork will be in the office tomorrow morning, Tyson. I'm letting you know right now.
Okay, I'm trying to remember the name, and I'm going blank on him. I know he's currently on the Saints right now.
The guy Mario Davis?
Yeah.
Hey, look, Vincent, I'm gonna help you out, Vincent.
I'm not. Like that.
No. Listen, just say the Darrell Reeves. Just say number 24, Darrell Reeves. That's it. That's nothing else. Say less.
You probably didn't see Darrell Reeves play, Tyrone.
I'm not on this show.
Right? Literally. Wait, Vincent, who is the best player you've seen play with the Jets in the last 5 years?
That's not an easy question. That's not an easy question.
Think about the 5 years of football he's watched play. Think about where we're at right now, what he's seen. Who's actually the best player you've seen on this team?
Who you like?
The last 2 years of Todd Bowles, the 2 years of Adam Gase.
So he's got what? He's probably Brandon Marshall's probably the best guy, right?
Marshall, Eric Decker.
That's
Fitz
it.
Magic.
He probably thinks Fitzpatrick's a Hall of Famer.
No, I don't. I didn't watch Fitzpatrick. That was 2015. I said 5 years. Go back 5 years. That's 2017.
2017. So what the hell? So you're what? The Gase? We had 2 years of Gase. You got 1 year of Saleh. Oh Jesus.
3 years of.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything good.
No, hold on. No. Hold on.
No, it is 2 years.
Bowles
was 17 and 18. Gase was 19 and 20, and then Saleh was last year.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything good.
So you probably think Jamal Adams is a superstar then?
No, I don't. I think it was. You know what I found out today? I found out something horrible.
Go ahead.
My dentist is a Dolphins fan.
Gotta change dentists now.
If I gotta do this shit every week, I might be a Dolphin fan. Shit.
Well, Vincent, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Sorry I drove you guys crazy.
You're good, dude. It's always something different, man.
Well, look, I gotta be honest. You know what? I feel like.
You know what makes me wonder when you keep telling us you got to be honest. When somebody says I got to be honest, means you always lie. So just are you always lying to us, or you just?
I wasn't lying. I just never told you the truth. I just never mentioned
told you the truth.
Fucking Tony Montana.
I'm not lying. I'm just not telling you the truth.
I always tell the truth.
You never asked me you never asked me how long I was a fan, so I never brought it up.
You've been a fan 5 years, and you begin with trivia questions from fucking 1940.
1940. You had 1932.
One of my obsessions was one of my quirks was history. That's how I got into the fan. That's how I got into the team.
Okay, all right, man.
That's how I got into the team. I was a Jet. I had a team. They practiced it. They used to hold their training camp up in Peekskill in these 60s. I found out about it while digging
How do
through
we not have a CBD sponsorship by now? How is there not a company getting us a CBD deal?
Why
Between them and Truly.
Why
But
yo, for real, man? Truly, yo. Hey,
we should have some kind of
That's
how I got
130 customers right now in the chat.
You are
That's
always,
how I got into
always my
football.
favorite caller, Vincent. Trust me.
That's how I got into football. I watched a whole bunch of those old football documentaries. The 60s AFL documentaries, the America's Game. That's what got me into football. Watching all those America's Game documentaries.
Okay,
You should be
fair enough.
Have
Have a great night. Have a great night, man.
All right.
Hey Tyson.
Yes, sir.
Check your email in the morning, there, pimp. my attorney will be contacting you tomorrow for sure.
Bro, listen, man. Based on the productivity from both of you, you can email all you want. That is fine. They're going to be bouncing right back.
That's why I don't say nothing.
Ooh, that's a hard one, boy. That's woo. Can you imagine mid-season with that one? We'd have lost 3 or 4 games, bro. My mouth is gonna be reckless. Like, yo.
So he's been. I'm trying to think of who the 2017 team was.
That was the McCown year, right? Where they started
It was
3-2,
McCown, right?
They started 3-2 in first place that year. Josh McCown.
McCown's, yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of the best player he's probably seen could have been Jamal Adams, right?
Probably was. Yeah. Demario Davis, I think, was still a Jet that year, though, right?
Nah, he wasn't.
No?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
It was either that year or the year before.
Yeah, that's a rough. That's just. Sam Darnold comes out of hiding to put his. Yeah, Robbie Anderson. I'm trying to think. This is.
Yeah, Robbie. Yeah.
It just shows you like those years I drank so much because I hated the team so much. We were so bad.
Darryl Roberts.
2017. Chansey Stuckey. He wasn't on a team, I don't think, at that point, was he?
No, it was 2009 with Mark Sanchez.
No, it's got to be what? You're right. It's probably McCown, Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, you think of players he's seen, it's got to be like Jamal Adams or C.J. Mosley.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Has to be.
Le'Veon Bell. That's
Yeah,
a track
I don't
record.
even think, yeah,
Not for us.
Not for us,
but the track record, yeah.
I don't even think Decker was still there.
Who the hell were the... That's it, dude.
Receivers.
There's nobody else.
I can't name a fucking receiver from that era.
Robbie.
Robbie. Anybody else?
Quincy. Quincy.
Yeah,
he was hurt.
Quincy. Yeah, Quincy.
Yeah.
But damn, that's bro.
Is Chris Ivory still here?
Oh yeah, Chris Ivory, bro.
What's he got? What is that? Isaiah Crowell? Was he there too? Or was he gone already then? Rangers win, I guess.
Did he? No, he didn't even get here yet. Right? Because he was here for the butt wiping game. And the Browns broke their streak.
Man, if you've been a fan for the last 5 years, you haven't seen much of anything, man. Holy shit.
He missed a lot.
Bryce Petty. Matt Forte, another one.
Yeah. No, Matt Forte in 17?
Was it 17?
This is bad. I must have. My brain cells. I think I'm just such an angry fan. I blacked out those years. I don't want to remember them. So I had to remove all these bad memories out of my head.
It was hard to watch. I will say
you shouldn't have to go to training camp every day for those teams.
see the problems we eliminated for you, prime time. Look at the freedom we gave you now.
Yeah, thanks.
See, our chaos got you a lot of freedom in the summer now. All right, so we will go to Mr. Jose. What's up, man?
Closer.
Jose.
How do I follow that?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
How the hell do I follow that? How?
It's not easy, man.
You keep.
Well, you don't lie to us. That's a good start because he admitted he lies to us.
No, he keeps talking about this. Dennis, I'm gonna need Novocaine after.
Dolphin fan, Dennis.
Every time Vincent calls in, he always mentions the Dolphins and Patriots somehow. Every friggin' time.
Or it's Dennis.
That's why I'm not a Jet fan. I think the Dolphins and Patriots, and the Jets are the team he chose.
The best one was Tyson was like, yeah. He said, well, Vincent, are you lying to us then?
Because when somebody says that,
anybody says that, yeah, that's the truth though.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm like, you must lie a whole hell of a lot. You gotta keep telling us you're being honest finally. This is a great point by Dan. Look, I'm actually embarrassed. I'm like, dude, the last 5 years, I don't remember a lot of football. Like, I remember it just bad, like, a lot of losing and shit.
I don't remember any Seahawks so long.
Yeah, but at least you had some success, Jose.
Super Bowl, buddy. You got 2 Super
I mean, not
Bowls.
anymore. I mean, now your team's a bunch of bottom feeders now, but that's fine.
Exactly. Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, your team sucks.
Rebuild.
How you guys doing?
Doing good, bro.
How you guys doing?
Hanging in there, man.
Tyson, long time no talk.
I know, man.
What are you doing? I missed you.
I miss you too, man. I don't miss Tyrone or Kevin, but I definitely miss you. Tyrone's like, I know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't miss Vincent at all, man. I dread that call. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we had to deal with him.
Yeah.
I feel bad, but you're right. I feel bad, but
So how's your team is going, Jose? How your baseball team going?
my Angels are in second place, so that's good.
I don't know.
One
About
game.
What about your basketball team?
I don't have one.
I know.
Hey, Jose, you watching the game, Jose? Yo, watch Golden State down by 13, bro.
Watching the NBA playoffs is like watching it. It's like having a nightmare that you can't wake up from. All these teams forgot what a layup is. All they do is shoot three.
That's true.
It's fucking up.
Do you watch hockey?
Now I do.
there you go.
Thank you.
Who's your team?
PT.
Hurricanes, right?
Mhm. Just for PT, the Rangers.
There you go.
Just for PT.
One sport we can agree on.
Not me. Are you a Generals fan? They're in first place.
I didn't even know they were on Fox.
Yeah, neither did I. I have no idea, dude.
Yeah.
They did a Peacock.
I saw like 5 minutes before the game started that they were going to be on.
Their branding.
All right, Jose, here you go. Jose, when will you switch over to being a Jets fan? I got a package ready for you when you make the switch.
Good grief. I'm sticking with my answer.
All right. Another question for you. Will Drew Lock throw more interceptions than Jamal will drop?
No. No. Drew Lock will drop 7. Jamal will drop 8.
So then so who's going to be your starting quarterback? Drew Lock or Geno Smith?
Apparently, if the season started today, which thankfully it doesn't, Geno Smith would be our starting quarterback.
That's excellent.
Fuck my life.
Perfect.
On a positive note,
Yes.
Friday I will get to see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I am going to see the Angels play the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, that's a good game.
Oh, man, congratulations, bro.
They're going to get smacked around.
Who's pitching?
The kid that threw the no-hitter.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Didn't he get lit up his next start, though?
Yep.
I told you what he did. He gave a
Yeah, you didn't
3
get out of
run
the first-
and couldn't get out of
Yeah.
the 4th inning, but that was in Texas.
Should have went with Syndergaard was pitching.
He's pitching
He's
right
been
now.
on fire, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He's pitching right now.
Get down by 15, bro. Shit.
Tyrone, how's your dog? Did you follow Michael Vick after all?
What your
I
dog?
was gonna say we haven't heard a word from his dog tonight. I'm kind of worried.
I'm at work and he's at home and that's a good place for him. You know
What happened to the dog? What'd he do?
Oh,
I got peed on.
You peed on my carpet, bro. After I just steam cleaned the carpet, bro. Like that was really disrespectful.
I thought he was gonna kill a dog live on the show.
Bro, I wasn't very happy. But listen, you know what? Yo, this dog is so stubborn, man. I've never seen a dog just an ass, bro. Like, bro, he's just an ass. Like he's just like it's like he just does shit to pit. Yo, bro, I'm telling you.
He wants attention, man.
bro, listen.
Yeah, why you neglecting your dog, man?
Yo, I take him out in the morning, right? So I don't take him out with the leash on. I let him walk around, go play in the backyard, right? So 2 out of 3 times, right, he'll come with me. Yo, all right, Ramesses, come on, let's go. He'll come in the house. Boom. That one time, bro, when I got to go somewhere, he wants to cut up, bro. Man, listen, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I almost caught a charge that day, bro.
Tyrone.
My dog used to be the same way, dude. My dog be the same way. Like every time you want to hang out, you go pee, no problem. When you're in a rush, he'll go play with the soccer ball, go run around. I'm like, bro, seriously? Like we have to go. Like I don't know time. You know, damn well gonna put somewhere.
Tyrone.
Yeah.
You've seen next Friday, right?
Yeah.
Cuidado. That's all I gotta say. And with that, have a good night, guys. I love you guys.
Yo,
have a good night, man. Good talking to you,
man.
Have a good night.
I was gonna ask Jose if you saw Top Gun yet. Isn't that coming out?
No, it's this weekend, ain't it?
Is
it's Friday. Yo, got a question. Who you got in the fight this weekend? Tank Davis or my man?
Who's he fighting?
Oh, what's the kid named Romelo?
I have no idea.
Start with R.
He's probably a big favorite, though, right?
Yo, but listen, yeah, but bro, listen, they really don't like each other, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You know how fighters like play, they don't like each other. These guys really don't like each other.
I love that kind of shit. I love that.
Yeah, me too. That's gonna be a fight, bro. Like, that's gonna be like yo, bad intentions type.
Isn't there a good UFC card this weekend too?
Next weekend.
What's next?
Short show. It's been 2 hours. You spoiled bastard. There's nothing to talk about.
Nephew.
That's pretty good for an OTA show.
Yeah, what do you want us to talk about?
Yeah, yes, sir.
We'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. Have a good holiday weekend.
Y'all be good,
Have
man.
a good night.
Enjoy. Be careful.